Well, hey, everybody, how are we doing today? Hey, what's up, Blue? It is so freaking hot. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I ruined the illusion. Hang on. Oh, hold up. Wait. That light. Yeah. And then we need... Wait, we need the streamer setup. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Hey, everyone. Just got off work. Perfect time for a stream on your drive home. Well, hey. Good to have you. Yep, it's an immersion fail. So, for those of you all that didn't see, I was over on Nerd Immersion's channel fighting Vecna. Ted was kind enough to host the one shot for like me, Jordan. There was also Greg Leatherman and Dan. Oh god, I feel like such a Dan Munoz. Want to say, not one fun. We had an awesome time over there. The adventure itself is kind of whatever, you know. It's whatever, but like, god, that crew was a lot of fun to play with for sure. I want to make that happen again whenever we can. So, yeah, we god dang, the adventure itself was kind of a. I think as a one shot, it's not really great in terms of like you get to play at level 20, and it seems like so much of that one shot is all about like denying you the cool stuff you get to do at level 20. But like, you know, in general, it was like we had fun, but you know, I think even like you can have fun with a bad video game if you're playing with friends, right? Vanguard stuff. I'm thinking about it. Just on Patreon. Oh, thank you so much. This is where yeah. Thank you. I'm doing what I can this summer to see if it's going to be possible to go full time with this thing. So it's a big risk, but support like that really goes a long way towards me trying to make all this stuff and keep food in my stomach. So yeah, but thank you so much. Vanguard stuff. I'm trying to pluck away at this one and see what it really needs. Hello, Mr. Pound. Well, hey, how's it going? So we're slowly trying to like pluck away at this, and I'm doing great. I'm doing good. We're so right now trying to figure out what the next step on this one is going to be. The alchemist is like done. No, this is not the alchemist. The alchemist is like pretty much good to go. The only thing I'm doing right now is just waiting on Maxwell for final art. After that's done, it's going up on the DM's Guild. So, after hearing playtest feedback with the last round that's gone out, I'm very, very happy with where it's sitting. Like the Steam. Yeah, thank you so much. So, the Alchemist is sitting in a good spot right now. I'm trying to see what the cool thing is going to be to do with the Vanguard. The Vanguard is all about, like, this is the shield class, right? This is going to be the class that, like, I don't really see this doing damage per se. I see this one as a high control, high defense kind of an archetype. I want to give like 5e a true tank, you know. So I also want to get away from designing D8 hit die classes because I feel like my Discord even pointed it out. Like all the classes I've written so far in D8s, and I'm like, nope, we're changing that. How do I feel about features that share a name but are different? You asked because of the Alchemist Thirsting Blade. I actually totally spaced about Thirsting Blade, and it just sounded cool, like, you know, so I don't know, it'll probably get a slight rename on that, but yeah. I feel like whenever you write a feature, it needs to have a defining name that will, like, whenever people see that feature, like fighting style, you know what that's going to be, right? Whenever people see extra attack, you know what that's going to be. Like, a class that gets extra attack, you know exactly, okay, boom, that's what's up, right? What I think might be kind of funny is with the Sentinel, this thing is going to be great with it's funny, the control it's going to get out of being able to take the attack action to do a shove or a grapple is actually kind of good. Like, giving it extra attack would mean that it can do that twice on its turn, and I really dig that idea. WotC's really guilty of this with Blade Singer extra. Oh, yeah. If that had gotten a different name, like, oh, I don't know. I mean, Eldritch Knight needs a change. Yeah, they do. A double shield monkey if it uses its tail. So I've worded some things in here that I'm like, okay, specifically, what is this thing gonna do, right? I want everything to inform you, basically, like, you should be, you want to play this because you want to play a hyper tank, right? For sure needs help. I think Eldritch Knight right now, the only reason why, like, I mean, I just feel like Benjamin Huffman's Magus just does it better. It just fulfills the spell sword thing so much better and actually builds into the archetype so much more. Yeah, Magus King. And I've gotten some weird pushback on that here on YouTube where people are like, you banned the Eldritch Knight because you feel like something else comes along and does it better. I'm like, yeah, I really do. And like, you're not playing at my table, so why do you care? You know, it needs multiple taunt. Yeah, it definitely has to have some kind of a taunt-like mechanic in here. So here's what I'm thinking. From playing Aerodart over in Ted's thing, you know, I got a feel for like what's really potent in the Sentinel lineup, right? There's a couple things about like what this class needs to really function, that we can give it, how do I put this? In some ways, and this is always helpful, if you see my design document on my design notes on the Alchemist, I always try to outline a couple ideas that I'm like, alright, these are the kinds of things that I think that this thing needs, right? Let's do this. Boop. Okay. This needs to go. Okay, nope, you're not artillery. Hyper tank damage sponge. And I figured out why this is doing this. Yeah, take a shot every time Taron says he bans Eldritch Knight in favor of the Magus, yeah. Yeah. Do I think that this would replace Barbarian? What could the Barbarian do to stay competitive as a tank class? Barbarian is a striker. It is a striker with a huge damage die because it incentivizes other creatures to attack it, right? There's a really great book. There we go. There's a really great book that you guys should pick up if you are trying to up your game as a DM. Boom. The Monsters Know What They're Doing by Keith Amon. This is telling you right here how advantage/disadvantage is basically like this is a way for you to play monsters out naturally to where like how do I put it? The monsters are going to get a little bit of an AI whenever you go through this book and start applying its principles, but it's a really good AI. The AI that this is going to give you is things like with beasts, if they have something like pack tactics available, or if they're able to generate advantage on a roll, they are most likely always going to take that action, right? And it's funny how like just programming that right there makes monsters feel a bit more like they're smarter, right? You're not just kind of rolling in, you're not kind of rolling in blindly in terms of like what they would do. Yeah, both the books on Audible, they're amazing. It is a great, music's a tad loud. It is a great resource if you are, if you're newer to D&D or you are just looking to like kind of up your game as a DM. I highly recommend that book. And I would really suggest that Wizards of the Coast hires Keith Amon to write something about running monsters in the next Dungeon Master's Guide. It is an incredible book. In your opinion, Hyper Tank and Damage Fund should be two different subclasses. Tank should be the imposition of disadvantage and effects. Damage Fund, damage, high AC or high HP, or a combo of them. This, I feel, it's leaning, like, the role in this one is really defined already, right? I guess we can separate it, sure, whatever. The role in it is pretty much defined as is. As in, like, number one, you are going to be heavily armored, you're going to have a D12 hit die, so already you've got a pretty nutso lineup right there. The idea I've got right now is you need to be able to, like, I think the thing that's going to make a real, oh, Spencer, thank you so much for the $10. Oh, I wish I could read all that. Here, and I don't know if you saw this on Discord, but I do think that doing a Wabafaru would be interesting to see for this class. Oh, you mean like you're a punching bag that returns the damage or something? By the way, thank you so much for the $10, Spencer. It could be kind of fun to do that, like, right? You are if something hits you, you can hit it back harder, like, kind of a thing. What would that be? Like a bide mechanic in here somewhere? I might write that in. Like, I think Pokemon could actually be kind of a cool route, like a cool video game to pull from. What? Let's see. Oh, come on. Return the damage. You use a ready action to prepare, whether it's magic damage or physical damage. So that right there makes me think that there's something a bit more magical happening with that, so that might be a mechanic reserved for some subclass in it, but I like the idea quite a bit. That sounds like something that could really define a core. Like, I think sharing your abilities isn't the best way to go here. What's the Fire Giant Dreadnought? Yeah, the Dreadnought itself, yeah, let me get that pulled up over here. The Dreadnought was the way that I pulled the dual wielding shields. Like, what happens in the game if you dual wield a shield? According to this, which together give the giant a +3 to its AC accounted for above, means that it's getting the benefit of one shield and 1 AC from the other shield, right? So I wrote that in. Let's get that pulled up. There we go. So I wrote that in. I think that there are some hidden mechanics in here that will make it. Oh, what is that? Last 2 minutes. What? We should be good. Is anyone getting a choppy feed? Streamlabs is saying I'm dropping frames? God, I hope not. Okay, Reinhardt, or not. Oh, I'm just trying to think about, like, have we figured out how the class flows, or are we still experimenting? This is still experimenting, formative, like, just getting some core ideas from the system to see, like, what it would need, you know? You were seeing some chop earlier? Let me know if there's any issues. Dr. Draw03, thank you so much for subscribing. Keeps trying to hang up on you, but skipping seems to clean it up. How weird. I wonder what the deal is. Let me do something real quick. Because I can do a few things here. I need to do this already. Subscribers only. There we go. And then turn that on. Now. There we go. Oh yeah. Actually, we can see this. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Do that. Trying to think of some other, like, who are like the big dual or like tower shield wielders that are just like, oh yeah, that's like what I would. That's like the fantasy I want, right? You could say, why is this doing this? Is it just whoa, my friend? The Diablo 3 Crusader? You hear Elden Ring had some dual shield builds? Yeah, they were mostly memes, but like some of them are kind of viable. You could say like Havel from Dark Souls. And with Havel, like one of the things you can do is like what you can do is Braum from League. I've got Reinhardt on here. I'm not familiar with League of Legends, honestly. Like, as far as Riot games go, I've played a little bit of Valorant, but I couldn't get into the isometric camera angle of League. Rain from Xenoblade. I feel like there's another Final Fantasy character that's kind of similar. Why is this doing this? Something like this. It doesn't need to use your reaction. I mean, hell, this could even be right here. Mashu from Fate Grand Order. I'm not familiar. Black Iron Tarkus. Where does that name come from, Tarkus? Because it's the name of a Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, and I've never. It's just they have like an armadillo tank on the cover of it, and I don't know what it actually means. Oh, it's the armadillo tank. Tartarus and Carcass. Yeah, like I love this. This cover art's so dumb and great. Oh man. They use it in JoJo? Okay, because they name all their characters after like classic rock albums and stuff. But yeah, Tarkus is it's an album by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. One of my favorite albums of theirs, actually. Yeah, so the reference from the reference from JoJo actually goes over into the Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, Tarkus. It's just got this like dumb armadillo tank on the cover, but this is a sick album. Oh man, yeah, it's a great fucking album. Is it the Stones of Time? I'm trying to remember, but the entire like first like Tarkus suite is like a 21-minute like prog rock. Oh god, yeah, if you haven't checked out this album and you're into prog rock, you are missing out on like one of the coolest, like, oh man, it's just an incredible, oh, I love this. It is an incredible, just like multi-movement, prog rock piece that, like, I mean, it switches between like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? I want to say it's in 5/4, but something makes me feel like it's in 6/4. Can't remember right now. But yeah, oh man, what a sick album. It's a pretty good reference for being a tank. What was that? Metal Spider? Mashu from Fate Grand Order. And again, I'm not familiar. Shield class servant. Her whole ordeal is attacking with a giant shield. Mashu from Fate Grand Order. Let me look this up. Yeah, I haven't. Oh, I'm happy I looked this up over off stream. The shield is sick. She has a sword, but what am I thinking about actions in combat? Mostly this is going to be a pushing, shoving, like, I want this to be like really making you consider what alternative attacks you can be doing with your class, or with your stuff, right? Whenever you're in the game, what am I doing besides just doing damage, right? Yeah, sure, we can just say that. Like, I think Havel's a great, what is it, Mashu? Captain America probably doesn't fit. He fits a little bit better than you might think. It could be cool to do that, like, shield bounce sort of thing, but I think that's, like... I mean, Captain America's a tank, but I also feel like he's a bit more, like... I mean, Captain America feels pretty striker, you know? Do I think this class will get built-in charger feat ability? Yeah, it'll get a built-in charge. So the thing that I'm kind of doing on this is, if you look at, like, the way that I'm okay, so the way I'm looking at this right now, I think that feats are actually a pretty good jumping off point to, like, expand out into a full class. I actually really think that Wizards of the Coast was hitting a cool beat on that. As much as I kind of generally dislike the idea of throwing out, like, sorcerers meta magic out to, like, everybody, because meta magic is just that good. Like, man, I do like the idea of condensing down what our class features down into a bit of a feat right here. If that disincentivizes multi-classing or something like that, sure, whatever. But, like, taking the idea of, like, what's presented in a feat and keying it out into, like, a whole other class, I think is a really fun way to design. I think that the whole thing that happens with Sentinel is more than enough to take out into its complete own class, and make, like, a master class out of it, right? Shield Master and Gift of the Metallic Dragon. I'll talk a bit about it, because I think it's possible that you can get the Martial tank. The thing is, you have to play it very actively. And what I mean by that is you have to pretty early on allow this thing to be able to move as a reaction so that it can get in the way and intercede, you know, like in the middle of combat, right? For that, I feel like it's pretty okay to, like, you know, you say, I'm taking the ready action or whatever to, like, step in front of this creature or whatever. Just getting in the way is actually pretty freaking strong. If you're able to, like, okay, think about it like this. Moving diagonally is another 5 feet or whatever. if you're able to just move as a reaction and then get the perks of Sentinel that's going on in there, like you can, if that creature is making an attack against one of your buddies, you can use your reaction to try and get into the middle of it. I think that can make you a really cool active martial tank. But it's just, we haven't seen anything in 5e design quite like that, so this is that experimental design kind of phase, right? Now, Sentinel is already its own feat. And I think that there's parts of Sentinel that you can sort of piece out, and like there's parts of Sentinel that you can piece out into their own separate class features and get it to the Vanguard pretty early on. Cavalier's the best thing they did in Alpha. Yeah. Cavalier is also a very, very good tank. I mean, ideally from playing Ancestral Guardian Barbarian, like, from playing that at level 20, boy, that felt pretty good. I was building, Aerodark to be a tank, but it just so happened that, like, I was one of the, like, main sources of DPS on the team because Vecna did so much shutdown, right? So what I'm thinking is there's a few ways to go about this. I think, some people have mentioned Reinhardt in here, and I definitely agree. I think that Reinhardt is, if I can just get like cover art of a character that is basically just Reinhardt, people are gonna see, oh yeah. We're also still talking a little bit about the adventure over in Discord. Hey, what's up, Daryl? Brigida? I guess. How do you? Brigida? Right? Like, it's like, is it just Brigitte or is it Brigida? Am I considering disarms? It's a potential. I mean, there's a few different things in here that I'm oh yeah, I need to get rid of this stuff. Boom. Brigida, okay. Thank you. My first thought was Bridget. Shield Knight, or is she to Captain America-y? I'm not familiar, maybe with a specific character. But whenever I send it over to Maxwell for like, okay, here's my vision for the cover art, I just want it to be some decked out giant dude, like with, all kinds of plate armor on and a massive tower shield, right? Is there going to be a magic subclass? I'm not against it being a thing. Shovel Knight character, yeah. I guess Shield Knight literally is... the cool thing with Shield Knight, there's a fun interaction that, like... There's a fun interaction I remember with Shield Knight where, like, Shield Knight can literally, like, put her shield up into the air and give you a boost up. That, like, oh, come on, that's pretty sick. I don't know what that would be, but, like, oh, man. It sounds like that's just, that's an expectation, right? A Minotaur Vanguard, yeah. Oh, God, why does my Discord get so active? Oh. Oh, man. Is Sneak and Dungeoneer a role? Yeah. Yep. Well, not a role so much as a roleplay dynamic. What you're doing outside of combat, right? Like the yeet skill, yeah. You know that impel is pretty nasty. Like, so let me kind of show you guys what I'm thinking right now. And by the way, there's a core piece of the kit that some of you guys may be interested in seeing right here. At least whenever I'm thinking about a tower shield, this is kind of what I'm thinking right here. Like, if a character missed another character, felt pretty good, they said. Wait, can make an attack if a character missed another character. So like one creature misses another creature with an attack and then they can use it. I want to give you something a bit more active than that, honestly. I want to give I want to give this stuff to you to where you feel like I am mobile in a way. But like part of, okay, the big weakness that I felt whenever I was playing out Sentinel was definitely positioning. In that, I think if you're going to make Sentinel out into like a bevy of class features, the one thing that should really come with is the ability to move as a part of that reaction. So like, yeah, the half cover stuff with it. But I want the tower shield to be a thing that you can set up as an obstruction. So the way that the tower shield works, the tower shield grants half cover and can be planted in the ground as an action. All the rules for half cover, I'm reprinting some of the stuff right here, but I wanted to make sure it's pretty clear. You are, and some people might be like, wow, this seems insane, a plus 40 or AC. Here's the deal. You are foregoing any attacks that you're going to do with your turn. You want to make a pretty insane tank. Like, this should be the class to make you a pretty insane tank. Now, one of the issues that comes up in play with this is that if the DM knows, like, oh, that guy can take the hit really easy, I'm just going to hit someone else. That's why you need the ability to use your reaction to jump in and intercede. The way that this game is going to play out, we have to come up with this, like, a little bit of a fix here for, I guess what we'll call the DM fiat, in a way, where the DM has the control of the monster and isn't locked into, I have to attack this specific creature, right? We don't have that lockdown, and I think that that's why quite a few people are not, quite a few people feel like the tank playstyle isn't really completely viable in 5e. You switch places with you. Yeah, the bait and switch one is, there's an odd narrative with it, but it's a good maneuver, yeah. I don't even know about ally movement necessarily. I think that, like, if you could just straight up make it to where, like, if the, how do you put it? You want as the Vanguard, I would think, you want the ability to just shut stuff down. You want the ability to run in and, like, intercede between an attack or something, right? So I think that that's what you, Cloud Roomba in reverse. That's a bit much. It's a bit much, but I think the fantasy of it is going to be, yeah, you want to push everybody behind you and protect them. With the tower shield, note that while you're carrying this thing around, you have a mobile +2 AC and to dexterity saving throws if you are obstructing something's view of your buddies. They get that benefit as well. That's the real strength in a tower shield. You can plant this thing, plant it as an action, and you created an obstruction. This is sick. So huge. Subus Crowy, thank you so much for subscribing. So, that's kind of what I'm thinking about in terms of, like, what you're doing with the tower shield. I don't think you should move. I think you should move enemies from a narrative perspective. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, I've written a thing in there for this. Can block off exits in like a 10-foot area using their shields. Yeah. The thing I want to, okay. Let me say this. One of the things I think would be really cool is if you did a let's talk about area of threat, okay? So area of threat, or some games call this, I think this is a more conventional term. Why is this? Okay, zone of control. In D&D, what we know the zone of control as is opportunity attacks, right? If you are, like, if you run up, stab something, and keep running, this thing is still going to get an opportunity attack against you, right? So there's a general, like, zone of control, and that's part of what makes the, Ethan pops off, thank you so, oh, wait, channel membership, hey, thank you so much! Wow, yeah, thank you! I will set up the rewards and everything, I promise. But thank you so much for the support. Now, hey, Amelia. Zone of control, this is a big reason why too long. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Really, seriously, thank you so much for all the support, man. Yeah, I'll keep making stuff. um, Zone of control is basically what overall area are you always threatening? Okay, if the enemy gets into this position or some, whatever, it should know that it is at threat of imposing damage or of provoking damage from you, right? So in 5e, the way that we work this out is the opportunity attack thing. If I go run up, I am getting into something's zone of control. If I stab it or whatever, and then I get out of that without taking the disengage action, that thing can make an opportunity attack, right? Or if I end my turn within the zone of control, the thing can really, really easily mess me up. Now, if you're a barbarian, part of what you want to do is get into that zone of control, right? What you can do, I think, and this is part of what Sentinel gives you, right? Sentinel and Polearm Master. The combination of extending your zone of control is huge in this game. It's part of why Bugbear is like one of my favorite races, because Bugbear extending it another 5 feet is just disgusting. I love that. Honestly, if they got rid of the surprise attack thing in Bugbear, I would still play it. I think that that whole race looks so much fun. It really does. So what we can do here is, with a Vanguard, extend your overall zone of control to where, like, if something enters this area, you can then use your reaction to get into the middle of that, right? Yeah, Bugbear got that Dull Sim energy, yeah. So, my idea here being, you have an expanded area of threat, or the zone of control. I'm just going to say, boom. Now, let's see. God, my Discord is just going nuts right now. Okay. Let's see. I want to take a look at what happens with Sentinel, because I want to make sure I get this wording right. Creatures provoke opportunity attacks from you, even if they take the disengage action before leaving your reach. A creature within 5 feet of you that makes an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. Is shield jump going to be a thing? I think it really kind of has to be. I mean, like Shield Surf from Breath of the Wild. What are, before I get super into that, I'm curious, what are some good Pokemon for this, right? What are like the big tanks? Snorlax? But Snorlax is a damage sponge. I guess like Chansey's the same way, but Chansey's just a damage sponge. I'm trying to think of some other pieces of media for inspiration here. Pokemon is a really good one. Yeah, Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet for sure. Aegislash. Okay, so we've got that piece of the kit written in here. Bastiodon, yeah. You know shit about Pokemon. It's a great... Oh, God, I love... Okay. Ferrothorn, like, this just tells you how much of, like, a tank support, whatever. I was still trying to make Ferrothorn work, even though that, like, 4 times weakness to fire. I was like, I don't care. It's a spiky metal plant, dude. Yeah, like... Zama's... Okay, there are quite a lot of new Pokemon I'm not familiar with. I actually haven't played Sword and Shield yet, so... Yeah, I do remember Toxapex. Talk to you in superhero terms. Ferrothorn is a big spiky ball that if you hit it, it hits you back. Or you take damage from it, right? The Shield Doggo? Okay. I was just, I mean, Bite is a cool mechanic. Substitute is even really funny. But again, those are like, you make a damage sponge. Okay. Chansey and Blissey are pretty tanky. Yeah, again, those are like more damage sponges, I think. I think Bastiodon makes some sense. Mega Sableye does just have the giant, like, crystal shield thing. Right here. Yeah, so we got a lot of, like, tank ideas. But what I'm thinking is, like, the protection side of it, right? Isn't there, like, there have got to be Pokemon that have abilities, like, whenever they're in duels, if something is attacking the other Pokemon, it's going to target this Pokemon instead, right? What's the tower UB called? What, I'm not sure. Pursuit is a good one. Pursuit is kind of cool. I haven't seen the new ones. Shedinja's a good one. Yeah, I personally think that Shedinja is like the most interesting Pokemon they ever designed. Like, looking at the entire lineup of Pokemon that they've released over the years, I think that Shedinja was like one of the last ones I truly remember them innovating on. Now, there's a few that have come up that I've loved the design or whatever. Yeah, they're really cool. But like, Shedinja was one of the ones that made me completely rethink what it meant to play the game. Mimikyu, I guess, is also kind of similar in that way. But it, like, in terms of like what were the most interesting Pokemon designs from a gameplay perspective, like throughout the years, like in the first generation, Ditto is like, despite the fact that he's quite literally every other Pokemon, like, it's the most unique design of any Pokemon in the first generation, in terms of what it means to, like, you have that Pokemon on your team. What does that actually mean, right? I also think it's pretty interesting how, like, that turns out to just be a really potent, like, competitive Pokemon. Conkeldurr. Like, hey, what's up, Trek? The Ice Cube book. Oh man, like, and this is, unfortunately, I gotta open up over here, right? Oh, come on. Like, for the most part, in like the first generation, they were, oh yeah, follow me. Okay, yeah. Even Arena Trap. Arena Trap is... Yeah, Arena Trap's actually pretty damn scary. Yeah, follow me is just compelled duel. Yeah. Mimikyu is, Mimikyu is one of my most recent examples of a Pokemon that made me, like, rethink what it meant to play the game. If they have, like, an ability that kicks in that makes me think, like, ooh, there's a cool combo that can happen with this, like, where it's more than just we're fighting elemental monsters against each other. Oh, that's sick. Counter, yeah. We just had a Vanguard in here that's like, I'm the sleep tank. Like, you can just literally go to sleep and then recover health. Why? I actually... Does this one just have the new generation on here? Is this only the first gen? Is there just like a website that has like a list of All the Pokemon. I'm just curious. I haven't seen the new gen yet. Like, I haven't really taken a look at it. Oh, okay. Like, yeah, let me see the Pokedex and... Oh no, we have to keep... Alright, I'm gonna scroll. Scroll. Get this loaded up. I'm really curious. I just haven't seen like the newest, and we're hanging. We're doing the research here, right? Vanguard with heat vision. Tell me that's not soups. All right, let's see. Oh god, Drifloon and Drifloon. I love their designs so much. Like, all the ghost Pokemon seem to come out with just great designs every single time. Litwick. Alright, we're over halfway. Yeah, I recognize these still. Mimikyu had a great design. Even Marshadow was cute. Yep, okay, now we're into the ones I don't recognize. Okay. Pull these guys up over here. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Because, yeah, I remember the Ultra Beast thing, and I was like, eh. It's a chandelier. Yeah, but it's a cool chandelier, and it makes 100% sense. I haven't seen, like, basically from... No, yeah, Meltan and Melmetal, these two weren't familiar to me. Neither is this complete DeviantArt. Or, wait, what is... Okay, yeah, these don't look familiar to me. Even the... Okay, this dude, come on. This is a Vanguard right here, alright? Like, oh, these are the mythics? Okay. Gorilla Boom. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of these guys. This is straight up a squirrel. But come on, it's adorable. Okay, Curve Swag. Okay, cool. I'm glad we got another crow. Blitbug Dottler. Okay. Orbeetle. Oh wait, okay, that's this whole evolutionary line. Gotcha. Corviknight's the best. Is it? Is it good? I mean, Flying and Steel sounds pretty sick. Feeble. So we got another fox. There's Laws. Well, we got another sheep. All right. More. Okay, I dig his design quite a bit. Oh, just big, heavy armor turtles. Yes, please. Corviknight's a great tank. I think that's just kind of like a factor of it being a steel. Like, if you have the steel typing, you're basically always guaranteed to be a pretty sick tank, right? Yamper, Bolton, Broccoli, these are just coal. Okay. The Apple Dragon. I remember seeing this guy. I thought it was so funny. Can you get this one early on? It would be really cool to be able to have a dragon type pretty early on. Just like that just feels like something I've always wanted out of Pokemon. And it has wings and just turns into an apple pie. Come on, that's adorable. Like, oh. You hate how Colossal was set up being as a train and then they ruined it. Oh yeah, if it had just been a train Pokemon. Oh, that'd be sick. Maybe let's sort by steel. We can get Applin can be gotten early. I may have to play Sword and Shield just because I've always wanted like an early dragon type on my team. Like that was always really fun. But yeah, we'll sort through. Hey. Well, I was talking about how Pokemon is actually like a pretty good source of inspiration for like some mechanics and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I just hadn't seen the new generation really at all.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Just wanted to come in and...
Some of them are a little ridiculous, but you know. So there's, you know, Grass Monkey, great, cute.
Very cute.
Right. I thought the bunny was
I
cute.
like all the monkey ones. Oh, the bunnies are good.
Yeah.
Aw, I like the little lizard guy. Or
He turns into a spy. Look at him.
Oh, look at that squirrel.
But it's just a squirrel. Like they've done.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's fair.
Amanda stream.
Hi. Oh, I love Corvic Knight.
Yeah, right.
Or I guess it's Corviknight.
Corvid, I think is like crow. Is that Gex? Just a nerdy bug. He's even got a bow tie. I didn't see that before.
His little glasses when he's Dottler.
Yeah, the fox wearing boots.
Oh, boots.
And then I love this dude.
I love the puppy.
And then the corgi.
Oh,
the corgi wearing yellow eyeshadow.
The Boltund, oh my god, like a bolt hound.
Literally just Cole.
I love the middle Cole guy.
Roly Coly? What? They named it Roly Coly.
Applin, really?
It's just an apple.
Flapple, that sounds gross to me.
And then it evolves into an apple pie.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
I thought that was I thought it was cool here, and I was like, yeah, all right,
I just
flying
don't like
apple
the
dude.
name.
Yeah, I mean,
the name sounds gross to me.
I give him like
but
props
he's really
for
cute.
yeah.
He's really cute.
For around 1K poker, they can still come up with new stuff, man. There's
Silicobra, so is he like a silicon?
I think so. Yeah, because he's a ground type.
Okay.
This face. He just looks anxious all the time. Aracuda.
Those are cool.
Oh wait, it turns into either Flapple or Appletoon?
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
You're not.
Aw. Hello. Oh, it just is so faded. Like the hair.
Oh yeah.
So the hairstylist, she was great, but I probably should have said my other hairstylist that I really love, just a little expensive for me. Whenever I do the purple, I like it to have a red undertone, not blue, because red stays a lot better in my hair, and when it fades, it turns fuchsia. But this was a blue undertone, and blue does not stay in my hair well, and it turns blue, and yeah. So.
Venusaur Gigantamax? What?
Oh, cool. Whoa.
He looks so silly.
Oh, I love it.
You gotta make. I mean, I love the Gengar, but I mean, come on, they cannot do Gengar's design wrong. Oh, the Snorlax has just got like a tree and stuff on him.
How cute! Whoa, is that fucking Yeah, there you go.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Gengar.
Dude.
They came up with such a good design for Gengar. Like, honestly, this design is one of the best Pokemon has ever done. Like, oh man, new Snorly just dropped. Yeah, I mean, look at freaking Blastoise is just a goddamn like.
He's just a mecha cannon.
He's just
he's so.
Oh, it's so goofy. I love it. No. Okay, so there's.
Oh, those are cool.
There's just a Clobopus. Why is it not a fighting water type?
Oh, interesting.
Like, yeah, they didn't go fighting water. I love that about Poliwrath, because, like,
he's cool.
Poliwrath getting fighting in water felt really sick. Like,
I like Sizzlepede and the Centiskorch. Those are cool.
The the centipede-looking ones.
Yeah, I like
Sinistea?
Oh,
Oh, come on, its name is Poltegeist.
that's so cute.
Poltegeist.
I love it.
Hatina, Hatterim, Hatterene. They were just like, cool, we're just going to make a hat. It's just a hat Pokemon. And its whole thematic is just, it wears a hat.
He's like a little witch.
Impidimp. Oh, man. Oh, I do like the evolution into like this big troll-looking dude.
Right.
Like, that's pretty slick.
I love Honey Badger guy.
Is this the new Meowth?
Oh, God.
Berserker? Is it even related to Meowth?
Oh, Chris is cute. Oh, dude, the leak guy got a bigger leak.
Where?
The
Oh, yeah. Oh, Farfetch'd, they gave him an actual evolution. Now he's Surfetched. And Mr. Mime is now Mr. Rhyme, because he's got ice, so Rhyme. And
his belly thing. God.
It's the regional Meowth Evo. Ah, right on. I like it. I mean, I would roll with one of these on my team. It's just a barbarian Meowth. Like, what? Yeah, okay,
It's
sure.
Really a splash of milk.
Milcery. And then it's cream. That's adorable, though.
It is cute.
How simple that is. Like, Phalanx. Alright. The fucking penguin with an ice cube for a head. No, like, come on now with this. What? Oh, wait, what is happening with Snom's face?
I love him.
But he's just got a butt for a face.
I know. It's cute.
He's just got a butt.
A little butt face.
They've all, what is their thing with butts on their faces?
Why not? Well, like, Phalanx is any better?
What? Where's the butt?
No, Phalanx. Like phallic.
He's just a bunch of little, like, he's like a human centipede style, centipede.
That didn't help.
I mean, it's, I don't know, yeah. Frostmoth is cool. I mean, but bug types have always been, like, my favorite Pokemon. Like, that all started with Scyther back in, like, the first generation. I was like, yeah, I've got blades for arms. Like,
oh, there's a cute little almost Pikachu.
More Pico.
He's so cute.
He's electric and dark type.
Aww.
Cufant.
Aww. Whoa.
Copperajah.
Cool.
I mean, okay, just like.
Why is his head so small?
Which one?
What?
Wait, yeah, why is his head so tiny?
Is he in his own pouch?
Maybe?
I don't.
Is he like, maybe the thought is like he's wait. What is happening with these?
I don't know.
He did not skip leg day, yeah. Oh, the yellow becomes purple. Interesting.
Aww. Oh, Dreepy, how cute.
Oh, the sword and shield fossils are mismatched. So you can so like that's why the head looks so stupid on this one. Like, okay, that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I see.
So you can like customize the That's cool. I like that they did that.
Cool, because they're fossils, so they don't like have the rest of the information, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
British fossil mistakes. Is that really the reason why they did that? Just put random bones together to make creatures. God, that's funny.
Okay. I like those.
Duraludon, so a steel dragon. Dreepy.
I love those three.
Okay, yeah, these are cool. The ghost dragon types. Come on now with that. That's so sick. Okay.
Oh, cool puppy. Those are fucking war pups.
Yeah, well, I think those are the legendaries from this edition.
Cool.
Zacian and Zamazenta. And then
Cool.
Eternatus, a poison dragon. Like.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute.
Kung Fu. Just literally a bear that knows Kung Fu. Wow, yeah, I have not.
What is happening with that guy?
Which one?
The yellow guy.
Regieleki. So all the Regi types are like, yeah, they're like titans of some kind, like in the game. And from like earlier editions, they literally just gave him a dragon head for his arms. That's funny. Okay, so I did play Legends Arceus, so I do know about the different. Oh yeah, wait, ooh, that's cool. Oh wait, his hooves are like detached from his body.
No, it's like he's floating.
No, but look, he has.
It's like smoke.
Fine. No, look at the front.
No, his hooves are the purple bits on the bottom of his legs.
I don't think so. Bite me on it.
It just looks like his little ghosty.
Well, yeah, this right here, but I think he's like actually got hooves. Sitting on the beach.
Oh, maybe you're.
You see it? Yeah.
Maybe you're right, because even the back legs have the little hoof.
Yeah. See?
Interesting. Okay.
I may only have one eye, but it still works. Like, Weird Deer. Yeah, okay, so I've seen these.
Oh, I like that fish guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I don't.
Oh, the Overquill guy.
The what?
Overquill?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so, like, I'm thinking in terms of, like, oh, man, I just love the Stonehenge.
He's
just,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stonejourner.
Has no ankles. Weird. Okay, so like the ones that I remember though, like if I'm scrolling through here, like what were the ones that were like, boom, this redefined what Pokemon battles meant because the abilities were cool or whatever. Like, okay, hang on. Number one, whenever they did, the Z moves were okay, but like Mega Evolution was probably my favorite thing they had put into any of the games so far. Like the only Pokemon that I felt like in the early editions that really made you think differently about how the Pokemon fight was going, was most definitely Ditto. Like, Ditto was like the only one that could copy unless you hacked and got Mew. But like, Pokemon battles were fought differently because you had a Ditto, right? Like, I thought that was so sick. But like, he was the most unique one in terms of like, defining a different playstyle and like, how you fought a battle, right? I kind of thought that like, Snorlax was early on how they did the sleeper tank thing in a way, where you did have a damage sponge that just had absurd hit points. I remember later on, I always had a Snorlax on my team, like, in later editions, just because of how, like, insane rest and then crunch was. Like, you could set him up, belly drum, rest, crunch. It was like, you could just blaze through the game with a Snorlax on your team.
I didn't realize there were normal type.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You've only, like, barely ever played Pokemon.
Yeah.
You need to play Crystal sometime. That was, like, my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, Ditto, the Ho Pokemon.
Dratini is so cute. Dragonite.
The second generation that came along, I mean, I just played, Togepi was my favorite. Yeah. Thoughts on Lechonk? Is that the new pig Pokemon that Twitter went crazy for? He's cute.
He's okay.
He's cute. Unknown doing the hidden moves was interesting, but Wobbuffet was another one that was like, okay, we have a different way to kind of play the game. Wobbuffet is like basically a punching bag that can just return damage. Like, cool. Yeah. Do what? Yeah, he's got. So people think like the dark Pokemon theory is like that's actually Wobbuffet, and this is just like an empty bag that it controls. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Wobbuffet's like we're not the same. Yeah. When did abilities start to kick in? Because that's whenever I think like. Yeah, Wobbuffet's got good Vanguard energy.
No.
Yeah.
No,
you,
not about that.
You don't like the others?
I do not.
You don't want
to. No, I do not. I want to rip them off.
Lugia is my favorite design for any legendary they've ever put out. I love everything about this design. It's like it's not a dragon. It's some kind of a bird thing. Like I don't know. I love Lugia so much. What does that sound? Everything you imagine it to be. Yeah, Torchic.
Oh, look at the pants on his upgrade or his evolution.
Third generation. Okay. Wait, what?
Blaziken. Check out those pants.
I know he's got those bell-bottom jeans.
70s, yeah.
Boots with the fur. Okay, so in this generation, okay. I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bug Pokemon always have like killer designs.
So good.
Yeah, with the fur. Okay. Yes. Shedinja. This is the most experimental they ever got with Pokemon, from what I remember. Outside of like, just in terms of like what an ability kind of meant for the Pokemon, Shedinja was like the prime example of like this is why abilities need to be in the game. This Pokemon could never get more than 1 hit point. Yeah, so now, because it had this really cool ability called Wonder Guard. So the way that you get a Shedinja is that you have to evolve a Nincada into a Ninjask with an empty slot on your team, like an empty Pokemon slot and a ball in your inventory. Because whenever you evolve Nincada into Ninjask, it creates a Shedinja. Huh. So a Shedinja it only can ever get 1 hit point. But it has this ability called Wonder Guard that is disgustingly cool. This Pokemon never takes damage from any attack that isn't super effective.
Ow.
So if you can kind of predict what moveset the other team is throwing out, as long as they're not doing, what is it, Flying, Ghost, It's gonna be flying, ghost, fire, rock. It has like 4 weaknesses, and if it ever takes that damage, it's dead. But like the ability itself is so cool. Like I love the idea of what that wants to be, right? Slacking's another one that also had like a yeah. But like I'm trying to remember any of them like in this generation. Where? Oh yes, I love Mawile's design.
Looking.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
The Mega Evolved version of it's really cool too.
I didn't realize there's so many.
Yeah, there's like over 1,000 now.
Whale, how cute.
Whale Lord, yeah. Slacking be chillin'. Where's he at? Yeah.
Yes.
Slacking's another one that had like a really unique ability. So it's all like Slacking literally like it can only attack once every other turn, but the trade-off of that is like its attack is like one of the highest in the entire game, like still. So like it's like the definition of like a Nova, right? Like that one turn that it comes out, you've got to just completely front load that attack.
Hi.
Oh hey, what's up, Jordan? The real lore on Mawile is fascinating. Yeah, I think that it's one of the coolest, like just kind of it's like semi-eldritch in a way. I just love so much of like Mawile's designs. It's so cool. Now, okay, I loved having a Cacturn on my team just because the design was so cool. Flygon never got justice. This Pokemon has never been like, it's never gotten the like cool Mega Evolution or like defining unique thing to it. Yeah, Traffinch is adorable. Altaria's cool. I was trying to think of like other ones in this set that I remember being like, oh yeah, okay, Castform, you want to think it's cool, it's just not. Plus it's just got boobs. Yeah. Glalie was cool. Metagross was really cool too, but it mostly just because the typing was so good. Drink gets it and can swap to the opponent. Wait.
Oh, I like the DNA.
Which one? Oh, Deoxys, yeah. Okay, moving from there. I'm so happy that they're finally starting to move away from fire fighting starters. Like, the Legends Arceus giving you the stoner goddamn Typhlosion, where oh man, the Ghost Fire is such a cool, like, Typhlosion over there is a like warlock. It's just such a cool look. I'm so happy they went in that direction. Trying to think of other ones that like, okay, what's the whole deal with Bastiodon that you guys are saying that like this would be a cool Vanguard?
Oh, the bee.
Yeah,
Oh
I knew.
God.
Like, what is his ability? Category shield. Okay, so he has sturdy. Because sturdy is most definitely going to be a thing.
Big boy.
Yeah. I know, I love his design, right?
Jeez.
He's just a shield.
He's like almost as tall as me and like 3 times my weight.
And how horrifying would that be? There's just some monster that like has that as a face just coming up that's like your body size.
He asked him if he was friendly though, I could ride him.
So sturdy will be a mechanic. Not the sturdy from Pokemon. Miss Magius, yeah.
That's
awesome. Just trying to see the Spiritomb was cool because of the typing. It was so strong. I love Munchlax. He's a 6-year-old running around in pajamas. He's great. Mudkip has the most meme power. Let's see.
Oh, the little manta ray.
Abomasnow. Magmortar just has this like this is a Pokemon that browses 4chan, okay? Like he has such like I teleport behind you, nothing personal kid energy. Like yeah, nothing, yeah, there you go. See, nothing personal kid. This is like Magmortar is the kind of guy that poses with guns on Facebook. All right, like that's yeah. Toxicroak's got a cool design too. I love Gallade. Oh, Gallade's got such a cool design. Probopass, what the fuck?
Oh gosh, he is a pedo. No, he's creepy. Not about that guy.
Oh man.
Does not pass vibe check. No.
I always love Porygon's the Porygon line. Like
they're really cute.
Yeah. Gliscor has an awesome ability called Poison Heal. Oh, is that whenever he takes poison damage, he actually... Well, it's... whenever he's poisoned, he heals from it? Maybe? I'm not sure. Giratina's... Oh, man. I think that legendary design for Pokemon... legendary...
Holy shit.
Yeah, legendary... Well, Giratina's like an interdimensional dragon ghost.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Shaman cute. Yeah, I know. I always thought it was funny. They released Giratina and they were like, yeah, but Shaman. And I'm like,
oh my god.
Little-
Look at that little bee.
little bush hedgehog thing.
It just has little moss and little flower. Oh,
Yeah, I think that
I love their design. The dragon Arctic
Arceus, yeah, the literal god Pokemon.
So cool.
I think that like, dude, I think even the Pokemon company realizes like they're gonna have a hard time making a Pokemon cooler than Giratina. Yeah, Giratina's alternative design. Whenever you, so like, oh, what? How do I? Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
So,
Cool.
and by the way, probably some of the coolest Pokemon battle music was in Legends Arceus whenever he transforms. Like, oh god, I love the reactions people have had to like Giratina's transformation. It's been
love
really.
pretty. Yes. Oh, elegant.
It's okay. Elegant. So elegant. We're watching Spy Family. The monkeys?
Yeah. They're cute.
Yeah, this one with the pompadour, like. Oh man. Okay, the literal fetus
God.
Pokemon, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Victini's alright. I mean, I don't have a problem. It's just meh, yeah.
He's like got dick legs.
Yeah, Spy Family is so good.
It's
Yes.
so good.
I love Gigalith's design. Like, I just usually whenever they do rock types, I'm like, all right, like, okay, there's so much potential in them, and I love that like they leaned into that with this one. But like,
Oh man, Timber,
Yeah.
his shape.
well, wait till you see his final evolution, Conkeldurr.
Oh.
Yeah. I just think it's funny whenever they do these Pokemon that evolve with like, I've got a plank of wood, I've got a fucking steel
I-beam.
girder, and then I've just got two pillars. Like, oh man. Oh, these are literally just dudes wearing karate gis. I don't know what they were smoking this generation. Whimsicott. I fucking love Whimsicott's design. This thing is adorable.
That's super cute. Oh, I love Lilligant. Oh, that's so adorable.
Oh, right.
The crocodile crooks are so cute.
Yeah, little crocodile.
That's adorable. That just feels like something out of DuckTales.
The gecko with shades? I don't, wait. You talking about this one? The crocodile? Maybe? I was always curious why this wasn't like an evolution from one of the earlier cactus Pokemon.
Oh, right.
But yeah. Oh, Prankster. Yeah. Prankster Whimsicott was such an easy win build. You go out with like, so Prankster was, if it's a status move that you're using, you always go first.
Oh.
And with Whimsicott's like lineup, like Whimsicott's moveset, boy, that Pokemon was insanely infuriating to deal with. You couldn't go up against a Whimsicott. Like substitute, what was it? Substitute, was it Substitute Toxic, like the classic lineup? I'm trying to remember. You alright? Oh, Substitute, Toxic, and then Protect, right? Maybe, anyways. Yeah, Pokemon PvP lore. I love Crustle's design.
Those are cool. The mask.
Yeah, Maskin, Kofagrigus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, okay. You gotta be really careful with this guess. But can you make a possible guess as to why you cannot trade this Pokemon?
You can't trade it?
Let me rephrase. As far as I'm aware, you can't trade it. And chat, remind me, you can't trade it if it's in English only.
I mean, it has something.
it's
something.
whenever they made its name, they have a slur and like yeah, they have a slur and curse filter. So if you look at its name, there's yeah, yes. So you can't trade it because its name doesn't pass the censorship checks that they have on the game. Yeah, yep, yeah. It's just one of those like odd bits of like, oh well, that happened. Like, I love Caracosta's design. I just love the like goofy sea turtle thing. Garbodor makes no sense. Yeah.
He's after the Archaeopteryx.
Mm-hmm.
How cool!
Fossil Pokemon were always so cool.
I love that.
So cool. Yeah, Garbodor is always so goofy. But I mean,
Ugh.
toxic.
Does he have cigarettes for fingers?
No, he has they're like pipes or straws or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were like cigarette butts or something.
Oh, they made it all. Oh, okay, that's what that thing was. All right.
What's up with the like goth French maid?
Oh, this Gothitelle and yeah.
Right?
I never get the like the makeup designs sometimes that they'll go with. Like mine Echo and mine. This thing's just adorable. Please stick through hell. Yeah, this thing was total deviant art bait right here.
Oh my god, you're not kidding.
Okay, Solosis, Duolusion. This was such a sick psychic like tank that you could get on your team.
Is it like a cell
yeah,
or
it starts
an
at
embryo?
yeah, it's literally like a cell that splits and then you get Duolusion and then Reuniclus.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I hate the ice cream dudes. I think they're so fucking stupid.
I think Vanillite is adorable, but its evolution, I'm just like, oh, whatever.
Can't even. Vanillish is the worst one, I think.
Oh yeah, Zoroark's a mega. Yeah. So this Pokemon would come out. That the unique thing about this Pokemon was whenever you send it out, it would what is it? Whenever it comes out, it appears to be the last Pokemon you have in your roster, and then they don't know until you hit it or it takes damage that it's actually a Zoroark. So it always throws off like your prediction for like what damage type you need to be dealing that turn.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon is literally just rock, paper, scissors. It's all like, this is going to beat this type beats this type, whatever.
Sure.
And having a Pokemon that has that kind of an ability where it's like, oh, I thought you threw out scissors, but it's actually paper,
Gotcha.
right? Like that's
cool.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool ability. I thought Escavalier was pretty funny. Ferrothorn was my favorite in this entire... No, okay, I lied. Galvantula was my favorite in this generation.
Cute.
Joltik. Yeah, Joltik,
Love
Galvantula.
those.
My team was, like, I had a Ferrothorn, a Galvantula, and then, I mean...
That's what I just hear from that Tynamo. I don't know why.
Oh.
Like he's sucking something.
What was that?
Oh, I love Litwick so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love the ghost types.
So, I thought... isn't Electros still banned? Because, like, if I remember right, like, if they still have abilities, this one had an ability called Levitate, and Levitate makes you immune to ground-type attacks. And with it being an electric type, that is Electric's only weakness in the game. This Pokemon rolled out with, like, no weaknesses.
Ooh.
It was so good.
Wow.
So good.
Wow.
Yeah, is it the only Pokemon still without a weakness?
Wow.
Because I remember Spirit Tomb did before they put Fairy type in the game. I love Haxorus.
Yeah, he's really cool.
They just went like...
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and Litwick, Lampent, Chandelure.
Why? The bear with the snot.
And then what's weirder is whenever it evolves, all the snot is just its new beard. So it's just got like a snot beard now.
Or like
yeah.
Drool or something. Okay.
Oh, Mold Breaker. Yeah, I forgot about that. There's an ability that overrides another Pokemon's ability. Yeah. Sure. Like, I don't really remember. Come on now with this design. There it was. Oh, okay, Volcarona. Like I said, the bug type designs. The bug type designs are always so good.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, The mythics are okay. The mythics and legendaries are all right.
It's like a hit or miss with the deer, man.
Yeah, and then I mean, straight up, My Little Pony. Why does it have a like a slightly detailed butt? Like
almost a butthole.
It almost looks like he's got a butthole, right? Like.
And he's showcasing it.
Yeah, he's very proud. You know.
Oh, look at that cute little cheese pin.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
chess pin.
Chess
I got
pin.
not cheese. A cheese pin.
Chestnut is I mean, come on, we got a Vanguard right here. Sacred Swords and Genies are fun. Yeah. I love Greninja's
what
design.
A magical, like wizard-looking fox.
Oh yeah, Delphox, yeah.
That's amazing.
I do really like that they got away from the firefighting stuff with like Fire Psychic. Greninja was such a cool design. Genesect, yeah, Genesect was a pretty. It was an okay design, I think. This one, okay, I love Esper. I just
that 1,000-yard stare, man. He's seen some shit.
Oh man.
Aw, that's cute.
The Slurpuff?
No, the Aromatisse.
Oh, the
That's
like
cute.
kind of forest spirit looking thing. I do think the fairy type was a huge improvement in the game.
I love fairy.
Oh, I love that they finally gave us an actual
Aw.
T-Rex.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Tyrunt. Oh my word.
Tyrunt is so cool, but Tyrantrum?
For sure.
Oh, this was such a cool. It was like finally, yes. Like all the dragon types in this generation, from what I remember, are all pretty damn sick. I love Tyrantrum, but like I also really love Gudra. It's just this slimy little. I was like
Aw.
thinking a poison type, but no, it's
That's
just a.
cute.
It's a dragon. Cool, whatever.
Key ring?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Yeah. Sylveon is super cute. Oh, the yeah, Sylveon
Oh.
just
Little
decked out.
Sailor Moon baby.
Yeah. Phantom was fun. Gorgeist was, I think, one of the only ghost types that didn't totally hit for me, but it's still okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Noivern, we have like a bat dragon thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I think they pretty much hit with every single like dragon type in this edition.
Hoopa.
Yeah, Hoopa's kind of. Okay, the cool thing with this type, or the cool thing with this Volcanion, we had never had a fire water type Pokemon.
Yeah, how interesting.
Yeah, and this one comes out and it's like, okay, cool, like we're gonna see what's up. But didn't it turn out that this typing's actually just pretty abysmal? Like, it's just you don't really get a lot of perk out of either side of it, from what I remember. I always went with the Decidueye because I thought Incineroar had a ridiculous design. This is what? Oh, right on. The Toucannon was super funny. Oh man. Crabominable. Yeah, I think this generation is where I kind of checked out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to... Okay, Golisopod. This was a sick Pokemon. I can't remember his ability, but I think his ability was pretty damn good, right? You're not getting any sound? Maybe double check it? Emergency exit. Switches out when its HP becomes half or less. I remember there was a good reason for this. There was like a specific kind of strategy you could use with this. But it being bug water, it was just, oh man, I love the idea of this Pokemon so much. But I always ran with it in my team. Is it awful? Okay, wait, isn't there, oh, we'll see you later, Akita. I thought this one had an alternate ability, right? Is it just emergency exit?
Oh, listen. I read that wrong. I read Godspeed.
I thought that there was like I thought there was a mechanic that made this good. Like there was a strategy that made emergency exit actually pretty good. Pick out works with it. can't. Man, it's been so long. Yeah, I could eat something.
What should we eat?
Giratina.
I have no idea. We're tired of deciding what to eat.
I know. Oh, okay. Turtonator was funny.
Oh,
It's
Turtonator.
it's literally supposed to be a blast shield like landmine Pokemon.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. First impression as a move. So was that
Ooh, Bruxish. I love that guy.
forces him out without getting a good turn. Oh yeah, Bruxish.
That's amazing.
It's not exclusive to it. Oh yeah, Mimikyu. Okay, they knocked it out of the park with this
Time for
Pokemon.
lunch.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? I forget the Lone Wolf is.
On me.
Yeah. Spin the wheel again. Did we spin the wheel?
Spin the wheel. I mean, it didn't do.
It didn't do
for
great
us
last time.
But maybe we need a different wheel.
Sure. Random name. Hey, it kept the.
Oh, nice. Get the entries.
You could win a free console. How's it going, Mr. Beast? See. All right. So we got burger, lasagna, wings, stew, tacos. Let's get stew off
Yeah, I
there.
agree. I don't want tacos again.
Yeah, that's right. We had that last night.
And we had a burger one. God, let's see. There's too many. Oh, there's not enough options.
Chicken.
Oh yeah, okay.
Nachos is not a great food too. Not man. There's some of the food trucks around here that
yeah,
are
they've got some
pretty damn
decent
good.
loaded nachos, that's for sure.
Hey, thanks so much for the donut, Spencer. Yeah, come hang out later on, man. Yeah, like, God, wow, I just had like a oh crap, I gotta go to work tomorrow morning moment, and I was like, oh wait,
right?
no, I don't.
Wait, look at the Hoopa
For filling
alternate
meal.
forms. It better be really good because I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I don't really.
There he is. What am I looking at? That looks like some kind of terrible
It's an evil genie. Like
it looks like some kind of ridiculous villain from One Piece. That's what that looks like.
yeah, and that's saying quite a bit because One Piece has got a lot of ridiculous shit in it. Wait, bug. Goes 4 times. Oh, because it's psychic and dark. Putting vegetarian on the wheel. Actually, I had a pretty good salad the other day. Get out of here. All right. What do we got? Sure.
Did not plan on doing that blue thumbnail. Did not plan on that at all.
No, that's just blue.
Yeah, it kind of seems to be a trend with them, huh?
I almost put like vegetation. What else? Chat. We had a burger. We had tacos last night. Maybe some kind of steak or big piece of well-cooked meat.
Meat.
Big piece of rare meat. I don't eat well-done meat.
Oh God, right?
Big piece of meat.
There
We're
we
just gonna
go.
say a big
Big
piece of meat. Fish and chips. There's a really good.
Yeah, there's a really good one, but they're expensive.
A little bit Asian food.
I'm like so. I'm either way on that.
We had tacos last night. I'm pretty
Taco out.
good on
Yeah.
Mexican food.
Yeah, we've
Plus,
had a lot of
it
that.
seems like we eat Mexican food
Ice
like
cream.
every day.
I know, right?
Werewolf was the evening. Yes. Pulled pork. I feel like we just had barbecue too. Pasta.
Yeah, we just had barbecue.
Good
Saturday
pasta.
night.
Like.
Yeah, I want good pasta.
All right, we got a lot of options here.
We do.
All right, we ready?
Yeah. And
Hey, I'm all right with that.
yeah. Where you want to get them from?
McNally's
Sure.
or Kilkenny's? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm done.
McNally's is the burger.
McNally's is fish and chips too.
Oh, do they? I didn't know
Yeah, it's just I think it's cheaper on like a Wednesday or something like that. But yeah, I'll do
Burgers are.
Kilkenny's sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do fish and chips. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they always send one. Yeah. It's a really, really good place here in Tulsa called Kilkenny's.
I have a friend that said it's for America anyway, or for Oklahoma anyway, it's pretty damn good Irish pub.
But yeah, I'll just do the fish and chips. Oh, actually, let's do it on mine. Yeah, let's actually do it on mine, because
okay. Cool.
I just got DM's Guild money today.
Oh, nice. Who's ready to buy the alchemist?
Then Bright's striking again. Alright, I'm just gonna get their regular fish and chips.
Alright.
Okay. Wait, recommended. What's an Irish balloon?
Shut up.
Like,
Feeling it's not. Sounds gross.
I thought Scotch eggs were gonna be so disgusting, and then I had one, and then I was like, oh, those are literally just Irish balloons.
The food. I want the food.
It's a drink, I think.
Oh. Oh, sides and apps.
Yeah. Recommended beverages.
Oh.
Irish balloons. I mean, if it's liquor, I'll order one. But
I know that would be crazy.
We might be able to get alcohol delivered. I don't know. Maybe it's just a made up thing.
I don't know.
Do we just
find what an Irish balloon is? Let's see. Okay.
Is it a beer? I don't know. All right, you just want fish and chips?
I don't know.
Well, there you go. All right. That is huge. I thought that this Pokemon looked so dumb whenever I first saw it, but I kind of grew to love it. Fluffy, yeah. It's 6'11", and it weighs 300 pounds. I think it's huge. Rocket beware. I don't want to get so... It's not a Pokemon stream, but I did think it was fun to kind of pop over here for a second. I always have these fun tangents. I do love Mimikyu because of just what it did. Like, I think Mimikyu, number one, great design, but also just like the story behind it and the fact of like, I mean, this thing is terrifying. Like let's be real, ghost fairy type, but like if you peer underneath it, it just like ends your existence. Like I love that Pokemon so much. I did not understand the Ultra Beasts. It was like you were finding some Lovecraftian horror Pokemon from another dimension, and they weren't like technically Pokemon, but they were Pokemon, and yeah. Look at Mirror Alternate Form. Wait, Minior? Oh, this is the one that it has a core on the inside, right? Yeah, these things are goofy. It's cute though. It's cute. I thought Drampa was such a funny design. Buzzwole, yeah. Like what was going on with these designs? And like Pheromosa. What I thought was so weird, and I guess it's like, oh, spoilers for what is it, like an 8-year-old Pokemon game now? I thought it was really odd that like these were humans that transform into these things, or vice versa. There was I did not understand the whole storyline going on with these things. Necrozma was cool. It's like Black Mirror Pokemon. Yeah, that was sick. I do like Guzzlord's design. Thank you. All right. Good day.
Bye, everyone. Probably see you later.
It's a syringe dragon. Stack attack. Stack attack. They go confused with people. Yeah, and that's why the girl had like the hat on and all that stuff. Yeah, meh. Okay, so I was kind of scrolling through here because there were like some cool. I mean, there were some cool abilities that I thought might be able to inspire some like Vanguard-like abilities. Because, I mean, Pokemon's a great game to pull some inspiration from. I think, like, some of the things that Pokemon did really well. Like, I guess you could just organize it by steel type, but... as a classical MMO archetype, taking a bit more inspiration from takes from the MMO you played, what's my favorites from the ones that I've had the most experience with? I didn't like World of Warcraft just because it didn't really appeal to me. The whole gameplay loop of I'm gonna press W for 2 hours, go pick up this one item, click 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 about 20 times, and then World of Warcraft is probably a lot more fun if you've got like a group hanging out playing it. But yeah, the game that I kind of point to if I'm like, that feels like it gets. It feels like it does abilities in an interesting way, or it like defines roles in a way that I think has kind of helped me out as a game designer. It's actually not MMOs, it's MOBAs. Smite was the MOBA I played quite a bit because I just liked the camera angle a lot more, and I felt like their general idea as like what's going to be a guardian, what's going to be a guardian, what's going to be a hunter, what's going to be a warrior, what's going to be an assassin, and then a mage, right? So they have this like it's not a class, it's like a role archetype. Let me see here. Okay, well they say to support the jungler, the ADC, all that good stuff. Might. I guess it's just their class. Okay, but anyways, in Smite, I played quite a bit of Guardian. And Guardian are just the big hyper tanks. There are so the concept of Smite, it's all the gods from the different pantheons fighting against each other, right? You're playing in a MOBA, and it's basically like tower defense and all that good business. Now, the ones I remember, like Guardians that feel like this feels like a Vanguard, to me at least. I mean, for sure, Cabrakan. I mean, Cabrakan even looks like what I've got envisioned for like a dual shield wielder. Ardio's still a bit high DPS. Kumbhakarna was pretty funny. Kuzenbo might be a... Yeah, I actually think Kuzenbo might be a Vanguard archetype. I almost want to say Ymir in a way. Baba Yaga, yeah. So Cabrakan's whole deal... Oh god, wait, just chill. Don't worry about it. Cabrakan, I think, is the closest to defining a Vanguard. I mean, if you just look at his art, like the dude's got two massive tower shields that he's using, and he'll just run up and smack you with both of them, and it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, but it'll like stun you for a second, right? He can do this quick run in and just like shut stuff down. He's also got this ability called like Earthquaker or something like that, where he'll just like pound the ground with the shields. And oh, come on. He pounds the ground with the shields and it sends tremors out, right? Which I think, like, if you wanted to do something like that, you could say it was difficult terrain in the area or something. Tectonic Shift, he literally, like, splits the ground apart and makes this wall that, like, blocks out an enemy. So, like, if they're running away from you, you can hit with this thing and it creates a U shape out in front of you, out like 20 feet or something. And if they're running away from you, you catch them in this thing and they have to walk back and around to get out of it. By that time, you're already probably up on them, and yeah. This can go away now. Alright. So, Kuzenbo. Kuzenbo does one thing in particular, well, two things that I think are extremely Vanguard. The Nene is whatever. Shell Spikes is whenever he takes damage, he can reflect it back. Boom. Okay, that's pretty simple. Sumo Slam is he's going to charge forward. This is the Reinhardt dash thing in a way. He has a lot more mobility and like turning radius than Reinhardt does, where like Kuzenbo will run forward, get somebody that's in his path, and then he can move them around the battlefield, right? It's pretty short, but like this is a huge positioning thing right here. Sumo Slam makes quite a bit of sense to pull over onto a Vanguard in a way. And I think like damage mitigation would be kind of cool to stack onto the Vanguard somewhere. I'm just trying to think of anybody else that was in Smite that makes me think like, yep, Vanguard. Like, Terra was kind of cool. I mean, really what defines a Guardian and separates them from like Warriors, Guardians are hyper control. They are all about the peel action, where like whenever something is up on one of your buddies, you want to have a Guardian there to go up and CC whoever is hurting your squishies, right? So that's what I mean whenever I say peel, and I might say that a few times in here. Peel is a form of hard control in which you're preventing somebody else from getting attacked. And that's the like big thing for the Vanguard that I want to evoke, right? So like in D&D we have really, really soft peel. And I mean really, really soft peel. How is this class going to be able to tank damage without being a multi-class problem with Barbarian? Additionally, does a battle trance-like ability sound like a good direction to take the class? I don't think there's going to be an issue in terms of like if somebody wants to take this and go. Why is Chrome having such a hard time today? Okay. Sobek maybe, but like Sobek is also kind of a bruiser. And like, I think from what I... Oh, Bud, you went out? Hang on. There you go. Yeah, like, Sobek is a bit of a bruiser. And he's a little high damage for what I think this class is going to be kind of leading you into. But I do like the idea of you are just a brick shit house, you know? Like you are just some big obstruction out there on the battlefield. So there's a few things to kind of consider. One of the things I think like okay, how can you make it to where there isn't a big issue going on with this thing going over into Barbarian, right? So Barbarian gets their rage at first level. Kefri's a bit more magical than what I would imagine here. Well, I say a bit more. Kefri literally revives you. Yeah. But Kefri does have the hard positioning. The fact that he can go up and grab you and pull you off of somebody. Yeah, that's... Okay. I can see what you mean there. But yeah, that peel is really consistent and the kind of thing that, like, you can't really do without specifically doing things like grapple build, right? Kefri's passive. Oh, the shield that he dishes out. No, I know resistance doesn't stack. The thing is, resistance is so good on something like this that it would be like... Oh, man. What's the thing to do here? Um. Well, my thing is, I think that I would I would like to see. Um. Any problem with the MHP one? I I saw the guard, or I saw their warden in play. I saw their warden in play once for like 3 levels. And I thought it was, I thought it was okay. It does the mechanics that I would hope for, that kind of a hard like peel kind of a thing. Um, but it also felt a little bit clunky in terms of like how things are negotiated with. Um, like it did feel more magical in a way that I would rather just keep making marshals. Like I would love to figure out a way to make a martial tank that doesn't need spells to tank, right? Maybe make it a D10 subclass. Wait, what? What was that in reference to? I'm not sure where that. Yeah. Oh, LOL divides tanks into vanguards and wardens, one offensive, the other defensive. Really? Interesting. I was not aware of that. No kidding. Vanguards are offensive tanks. Vanguards lead the charge for their team and specialize in bringing the action. Their explosive teamfight initiation seeks to catch enemies out of position while allowing allies to follow up to devastating effect. Yes, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. Wait, what? What are you? Ooh. Dude, like, League of Legends has some great character design. Whoever this dude is, Zach. Yeah, dude. I don't know anything about you, but this character design is great. You're like slimy Majin Buu. Awesome. I like the idea. Okay. Yeah, and I don't really know anything about these characters here. What's one? Braum, he's a warden. Let's see. Oh god. Lanes, advanced attribute. Give me. Sure. Braum. Oh, there we go. Dude's got a big old shield. Support tank warden. Alright, so what else does he do? Basic attacks can apply concussive blows, stack to their target. Stacking never really feels all that great as a mechanic for D&D. Additional stack. Be consumed. Yeah, this is a problem with the Ill Rigger, in my opinion. The Ill Rigger stacking. Why are these wikis having a big issue today? Okay. Winter's Bite propels ice from his shield in the target direction, dealing magic damage to the first enemy hit, slowing them. I think slowing is going to be kind of cool. Dashes to put himself between the target ally and the closest visible enemy champion. Yep, there we go. Bonus armor magic. Okay, yep. The ally gaining the bonus armor is pretty cool. Why is this struggling today? Sets a shield in the target direction for a few seconds, creating a barrier that intercepts all incoming hostile projectiles and reduces the damage it takes through it. Yep, this is basically planting the shield. Yep, that is. Oh, cool. And ghosting. Glacial fissure leaps into the air and slams the shield into the ground, creating a fissure that travels forth in the target direction, dealing magic damage to enemies within the path, as well as to those around Rom. Target hit is knocked up for at least 0.3 seconds, increase if they are further away from Rom. Okay. Slowing, so that's difficult terrain. Huh. Damn, dude, those fucking pecs, though. Jesus. Okay. Chrome is dying. This is weird. Like, I haven't seen Chrome short out like that. Well, like this on every page. But it seems to be only on the wikis, really. Okay. So... Argonian? Alright. So, your core game loop as a Vanguard. What I'm thinking is, like, you need to... Let's think about this. Repel. I don't know about a stance. Because I did the stance thing with the Rune Keeper. I don't know what the bonus action is going to be right now. The Draconian is a symbol meant to ward off enemies and often puts on shields. Might be like a magic. It sounds a bit more like a magic item. Intercede. Okay. So... Oh yeah, shield plant. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So... we have the bonus action here too. Now, the fun turn, I think, on this one is going to be, like, yeah, using your action to do things like, shoving and grappling creatures is fun. You could, like, bonus action. If there's a stance, it should be between single target taunt, multiple target taunt. I think that I would try to... I think if we're using taunts as an abstraction, like, you can taunt, but it's a taunt in mechanic only, right? Even a white room. That's where we live in design. We are trying to make it for the white room. Okay, actions, shove / grapple, tower shield planting, movement, possibly reserved for reaction. I'm thinking, one of the things I thought about was, like, I love the idea of, you have your mandate, yeah, okay. I love this idea. Your mandate was actually going to be your subclass. If a Dragonfire breathes, all Vanguards should be able to negate all damage directly behind them. I think it might be cool to do something like that, maybe built into, like, the siege tactics thing. Maybe. shield toss, throw shield, shield chump, throw an allied creature using shield, 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 shield. We'll get it figured out. Now, the after your speed become the target of it instead. This is significant right here. And I think something that should probably be core to it or something. I forget what. There were some problems with Intercede. Or Interception or whatever it was. So they're also going to get fourth. Intercept is, I believe Intercept is actually a terrible fighting style. Like, from what I remember looking at it, I think there was, I think it was just markedly worse to take Intercede than Protection. Some kind of masochist berserker subclassic is stronger when it takes damage, maybe. The idea of, like, Vide being a mechanic is really cool. That's why we were looking at Pokemon earlier. Now, Interception. I'm trying to remember why I thought this fighting style was so bad when I first saw it. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction. Gee, hang on one sec. That's... Okay, I think we're good. Now, yeah, apparently Chrome is having some big issues because, I don't know what's going on with that. Whoever here's fine. Huh. Okay, whenever a creature you can see hits a target, stop that. Other than you, within 5 feet of you, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage taken by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus to a minimum of 0 damage. You must be wielding a shield or a simple or martial weapon to use this reaction. Okay, so you have to have something in your hand. Alright, I think part of the benefit here with Intercede... Character feat. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that just stopped it. What is going on with Chrome? Okay. So, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus. Okay. I think this is the problem right here for me. Because if I remember right, impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. The only... Okay, if you're planning on going with a shield build, take this. Because you can just prevent the damage from happening at all. Like, imposing disadvantage on the attack roll, I think is actually pretty much objectively better. Scaling is why I might hate it, because the disadvantage on attack scales well into high levels, yeah. If you could take the damage instead of the target entirely, I would say so. I would say I would probably take that, yeah. If it allowed you to intercede and then you become the target of the attack instead of them, I would say that Interception is insanely good. But like, yeah, yeah, versus, wait, is it, no, it's you're reducing the damage. Oh, oh, wait, you'll have got to admire. Right.
I wish you could smell it. It's so good.
They look like Hot Pockets. But like sexy Hot Pockets.
Our sexy Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Irish.
Ooh. Oh. Come on. Oh. So good. Okay. So, if it allowed you to use your reaction to get into the way and take the attack, damage, if you became the attack or the target of the attack, I would say it would be 100% worth it. But this is costing you a fighting style choice, and there is a budget that you blow whenever you're making that decision. I don't think that right now this is worth it to take over protection by any means. Yeah, but the fact of this does not scale well into later tiers of play, but provoking causing disadvantage is generally always pretty awesome. It's fun how it works with cantrips. I would 100% rather, yeah, it's great at low levels, but like, I would so much rather have protection. If this allowed you to just like, you become the target instead, wow, that would be so scary good. No, it will not be doing damage. This is not the kind of class for people that want to be dishing out damage. This is the kind of class for people that want to play a hyper tank. You love using it more? The feel and the vibe is so much better for interception? No one has low AC at high levels? That's... They definitely do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can turn a crit into a miss. That's another really good point. Yeah, I would 100% take this barely helps in dealing with crit damage. Yeah, I would 100% take protection over that because protection can potentially negate a crit. Attacks a target. Yeah. The thing is, though, this should probably state you must make the decision before the attack roll is made. Maybe. I'm trying to think. Does this class get extra attack? It's possible because it's going to get shoving and grappling. Like, it's gonna do the shove and grapple thing in a different way. Interception does not auto-negate a crit. Interception just reduces damage. So, like, it's just, protection is just so much better. It really is. The one thing that interception does have, it does open this up to, is that you don't have to just be, you don't, it says that you can wield a shield or martial weapon to use this reaction. So, as long as you have a weapon in your hand. What's weird is I guess you can do that with crossbows, so you real quickly just go, yeah, with the butt of the, like, eh. But, it can be a 12 at higher with caster having a +2 dex and nothing more. Wait, what? But, I mean, just the fact that it can negate the crit, yeah. I would say in just about every... Yeah, in just about every way, I think that protection is just universally better. With an attack. Does protection have a caveat of... Nope, nope, okay. The attacker doesn't have to be within 5 feet of you either. Yeah, protection's just better. I don't see a possible argument out there that says that interception is... Okay. I want interception to be good. I am not I'm not trying to say something like, yeah, whatever. No, I want all the options in this game to be really good. Um, but I want that to mean like the thing that's really cool and exciting about this game is meaningful choice. And interception sounds like a trick. It's a trap that's luring in new players to something that they think is going to feel really good, but protection is just doing everything better. Like, yeah. You would love for someone to do the math here. Don't. I'm thinking mechanically. The shutdown and denial that you get out of protection is just so much better. It really is. Like, here's the thing. I love tanking. I love being a support. This just ain't it. It being the same resource cost, the only thing is like now you just have to be holding a weapon or a shield in order to do it. That's not worth it. Not that trade-off. So an average of 7.5 that you reduce it by. Plus there's just no, I'll tell you another reason why this sucks. There are so many other ways in the game now to make it to where like this is basically nothing. You just look at Twilight Domain giving out the temporary hit points, or I mean, and not just Twilight Domain being busted, but there are other means of dealing with a 7.5 damage on average than having to use your reaction to do this and costing you a fighting style option. Fighting styles are wow. Man. Okay. It's not like you just get a fighting style every 2 levels. Oh, the food's great. Food's awesome. Yeah, food's awesome. But yeah, you get your fighting style choice really needs to matter. Like, interception just, I don't think it's worth it to ever take this. Especially not whenever this is also on here as well. Interception still works fine before level 4, doesn't it? I mean, sure. It's okay, but like, that to me is... eh. It did kind of feel better than protection in the same game. So how did you, I mean, how are you comparing how protection or interception felt? Like, I mean, we could stun lock it on this fighting style discussion here, but I'll tell you right now, this mechanic is not good compared to complete denial of the damage. This is not worth your reaction. Like, beyond, like, 4th level, this is not worth your reaction. Woo. Woo. Yeah, that's hot. Depends on the ally's AC. How so? What if the 1d10 increase or changes as you level up? I just don't really, honestly, like, this mechanic in here, I just don't really care enough for it to really like try to fix it. I would rather this just be a you can become the target instead. Like, if you're gonna intercede in it, I would rather it allow you to be the target instead. That's the kind of hyper tank thing. But Wizards of the Coast is so scared to give you that kind of meaningful choice. Like, without forcing, like, you can become the target of it instead is already so powerful. If you give an enemy disadvantage to hit someone with AC 13, they'll probably still hit. Well, yeah. But, like, even changing something that was a crit into a not crit, that's pretty... Yeah. I think Oath and Redemption Pally has that ability. Wait, what? Man. But it's not changing or protecting before the attack roll. Wait, sorry, I'm also keeping track of like 4 or 5 different threads that are happening in the chat, so I'm getting a little lost. There's a magic object that turns a grit into a normal strike. Oh, a crit into a normal strike 3 times for a long rest. Not turning a crit into a hit. Okay. Yeah, but if it's but that depends on how that's negotiated out. Like, in terms of protection or whatever. Either way, if the attack roll... It doesn't really matter where in the timeline it happens, but I will say that if you know it's a crit, and then you say, I'm going to use protection, it has disadvantage, that is probably stronger than the DM making an attack roll and then you saying, I'm going to use protection that has disadvantage, and then the DM going like, wow, that's really lucky because that first one was a crit. Now, mechanically, the quality of life is better for the fighter in situation 1, where you know that the use of the reaction is going to be useful, right? But it does feel a little bit like metagamey in a way. But yeah. Yeah, it's kind of turning into a thing where I'm like, I can see the mechanical issue with this one. I would rather it be a bit more interesting in that, like, you could choose to become the target of it instead, right? I don't know. That feels like something that needs to be a class feature. With the, you do open rules to them knowing it's a crit's not an issue, yeah. If that's the way it was negotiated, where someone was like, I want to use protection right now, I'm not going to be a dick and say, like, you can't do that, right? Like, at the end of the day, everyone's trying to, like, get a similar experience out of this game. Like, everyone's trying to get the feeling of, like, yeah, we're heroes, we're telling a story, yeah, whatever. I don't think anybody's going to have their experience soured in the fact of you saying that, like, oh, you have to, the fighter's protection, he knew it was a crit, whatever, so he made that change. So yeah, nah, that's getting too into the thick of it. Gotcha. Okay. Well, okay. Sorry, I'm also kind of eating, so I'll clock in on the conversation whenever I can. Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's not what I'm thinking of. Charger. Okay. There is a definite fantasy that we're trying to get evoked from that. I can cater to party composition. I don't really know for sure what flavor I want to go with the mandates. Oh wait, you did a transmutation wizard fix? I didn't know that, Jordan. Most tables will do. Oh, absolutely. Characters are going to have an AC lower than 15. That is absolutely yeah. That is a thing. Like, here's the thing, and I'm talking about conventional tables in D&D, what we can have for expected play. If you're making the argument that like, well, yeah, a wizard with mage armor will do XYZ thing, like, that at that point, then I'm like, then you're expecting mage armor to be on the default, the default wizard loadout, you know? 14 or less. I would expect a first level wizard to roll out with maybe 12 AC, and that's if they went intelligence, and then dexterity, and then constitution. I'm not expecting a wizard to really roll out with, yeah, 11 or 12. Yeah, I'm expecting them, if they roll out with 14, you either rolled for stats, or like, you were variant human, you picked up like lightly armored, and then yeah. Yeah, if your party is playing their roles, like if your party's playing the roles, you as a wizard with an armor class of 12, if you are hanging out safely where you know, like, yeah, I can hit with spells or whatever at this range, like, yeah, do that. Like, do that thing. You may not have to, like, you might get hit with the pot shot every once in a while, but like, hopefully, you know, your other teammates are going to be providing you with the defenses you really need. You have a bit of an unrelated question. The setting you're working on, you're debating on reworking the wizard and sorcerer into a single class, but you're not sure it's wise. Any opinions? I'm wondering why you feel it's necessary. Double damage to objects and structures. Yeah, if like you chose wizard and then like your core loadout is like, I'm gonna be a wizard and I'm gonna get mage armor and shield and I'm gonna be like super high AC, it's like, okay, well, like, okay, but like, when are you gonna cast a spell that deals damage, right? If it's just like, no, it's gonna be my cantrips, sure, I guess, but like those do piddly damage compared to like, a wizard is supposed to have the artillery for the party, you know? But I will tell you, like, we design, we designed with the expectation that a wizard, up until they get their first ASI, is going to have an AC at 12. No, I'm not saying all throughout its career. I'm just saying that, like, for the most part, you will probably be expecting a wizard to have below a 13. I mean, no, I'm not saying throughout its entire career. What I'm saying is, a first level wizard, our expectation is they're going to have an AC at 12. Like, we can most likely expect that that's going to be the case. Except if they went with a certain race that gave them armor proficiency, which they're moving away from, and yada yada yada. Oh man. Do I think that good? Do I think that spell points is a good variant rule compared to the spell slot? I like JRPG, so essentially having MP and stuff is cool, but I don't know about balance too much. How? Okay. Evander, how much D&D have you run? And it's not like a shame question of like, if you're a newer DM, like, give me a shout. Like, I'm here to help you out, you know. But because this sounds like a trap that I've seen several newer DMs kind of fall into whenever they come from like JRPGs. They're like, this doesn't feel like the kind of fantasy I'm used to, and they want mana instead of spell slots. But I'm really curious, how much D&D have you run? Okay. Okay, so that's kind of what I thought. So you ran a couple one-shots and some pre-written adventures, but mostly played as a player than a DM, so you're looking to expand more as a DM as of late because summer. If you haven't had a whole lot of experience in, hey, what's up, Mr. X? How's it going? If you haven't had a whole lot of experience really running the game, or like even doing design yourself, I would not say that it's time for you to like, to rewrite or to reinvent the wheel. What I'd highly recommend is focusing on the other aspects of your world building that are going to be much more important than whether or not your wizard calls himself a wizard or a mage, right? You can use the palette that they provide. If it's like, I have an idea for a different kind of a magic system, if it's just like sorcery, spell slots just aren't really doing the mana thing for you like you would want to. Honestly, spell slots do a pretty good job at keeping this game way more streamlined. Managing a resource above 20 units is something that is really, really unconventional for D&D. Now, Benjamin Huffman did a version of the sorcerer that I do like that uses spell points, but admittedly, it's the kind of thing that like it introduces a layer of complexity that is pretty unconventional for 5e design, in terms of like what the classes, you know, what their typical loadout is like, right? That's why you get no more than 4 spell slots per spell level. It's why like they keep cantrip lists unless you go with a specific kind of feat loadout or something like that. Cantrips are mostly condensed down to like less than 10. So, you know, it's definitely not for the mainstream, but you kind of have to be into it. Yeah, like the far more thought out into it. It's not the point casting variant rule. Monk's mana points aren't necessary. Yeah, I would say like, don't be tempted to reinvent the wheel. That's my number one thing right there. Okay, if you're not number one, if you're not feeling really confident in addressing already, if you've got to ask like, I'm not sure how balanced that's going to be, I would not try to tackle redesigning. You know, don't give yourself that work. focus on the other cool aspects of your world building, right? What are the politics like? What are the cultures like in these different towns and societies and whatnot? Where do or don't they speak Dwarvish? Where might they find this monster? What is my great cataclysm? Those are way more interesting questions to ask about your world building in your campaign than whether or not the sorcerer and wizard are using spell slots or spell points. So, like, yeah, that's... I would say enjoy the craft of world building for right now, and don't worry about getting into the thick of it of designing, like redesigning stuff. If you're interested in introducing other, like, how good is the sorcerer revisit? The main reason you wanted to combine them is the overlap issues I was having. Benjamin Huffman is, in my opinion, one of the top 3, yeah, probably top 3 class designers in the world right now. Yeah, I mean, and Benjamin knocked it out. I've had that sorcerer at my tables in the past. It's been great. Now, it does introduce a layer of complexity. And that layer of complexity is that sorcerer will be tracking a resource that is a bit more than lower level characters are usually tracking. But, I mean, it's... like, there's a reason why if Benjamin asks me if I want to work on a thing together, I'm an instant yes all the time. Yeah, Benjamin's got a great mind for design in the system. So yeah. Hang on. I think real quick. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna go put this away. Give me like 5-10 minutes. Let me go outside with the dogs real quick and kind of walk around. But I will be right back. All right. Oh, hey, Robert Bell. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yes, I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, Child of Light. Oh, sorry, I gotta lower the volume then. Oh, okay. Now, getting in on this thing. Any fun D&D stories for my game? Last session, I mean, we ran last night, so I'm running them through the adventure I wrote. Getting to see that actually play out has been a lot of fun. There's a particular trap room I wrote in Through the Fire and Flames that it was really funny to see them get through. Actually, let me pull it up real quick, because this is... Let's do this. Yeah, this is over on the DM's Guild. Okay, so this is an adventure I wrote and put out, I think, like last year or something. But oh no, I guess it was earlier this year. So there is a trap room I wrote in this that the group got to go through, and I know that some people are pretty adverse to running traps and all that stuff, and I'm like kind of whatever. I think they're funny as like puzzles or something. This room right here, K, is my favorite, one of my favorite rooms I've ever written. It's called Smoke and Mirrors, and it's right here. So here's the whole thing with this room. So you guys can see in this room, I'll give you a real quick description. In this room, there is a grate, like a steel grating, 10 feet above the players. I wrote a description here, yeah. As you open the door, you're taken aback by the smell of smoke coming from the room beyond it. An amber glow emanates from a small orb sitting upon a pedestal in the center of the room. The orb illuminates the area, exposing a large tube directly across from you that extends above a steel grate, enclosing the room above 10 feet. So whenever you walk in, the ceiling is just a grate, and all that's above it, all you can see is smoke. To the left of the orb is a small key on a hook, and a stone door sits to the orb's right. On both sides of the tube are hallways that lead down to another stone door at the ends of each. Smoke appears to be pumping from the tube and filling the upper section, but you find the quality of the air hasn't suffered from where you stand. So, in this room you can see there's a door over this way, there's a door right here, and there's a door right here to the south. But if you'll note, because I was using like Dyson hatching on this one, if you'll note, these doors don't go anywhere. These are just like carved doors into the wall, okay? So there's a key right over here on this hook. Now what the players can do, and this thing in the center is a drift globe. This thing is just pumping smoke up above, and if the players walk into one of these squares, there's a gray ooze that comes through the grating and tries to grab them and bring them up, like you know, strain them through the grate. So, in this room, I mean, getting them to run through this, it was exactly like what I thought they would do. This door right here is 100% unlocked. The trap in this is this room, what's in here, does this look complex enough to make them want to set off every trap? Because at the end of it, they can get a drift globe out of it. Sure, they get a little, you know, they get a little magic item. But like this key right here, immediate thing. Like Amanda goes up and grabs this key right here, and she just bolts it like down here for this door, and I'm just like, it's just like a carved door. Like, so yeah, the players, the temptation, and I mean this is just, it's toying with like player mentality here. The players are gonna want to poke everything with a stick. They always want to, so this is like toying on player instincts here. I don't know of too many parties that are just going to come through here and just go south and get out of this room. But yeah, this is like, I love this. Whenever I came up with this, it just felt like that mad scientist, like, I can't wait to see what happens whenever I'm putting the lab rats through the maze. Like, but they made it through. It was a lot of fun. So you can, if you're interested in this, you can go pick it up over on the DM's Guild. And yeah, I felt really proud of that room. But so they made it through that last night, and next session I have to prepare the fight with this big dude. So they got there's some prisoners that are in this prison chamber that they got freed, escorted them out of the mountain, and they are now currently, like, I guess, getting ready to go back in and clear everything out. So yeah. And let me know, is my mic volume too low? Because it doesn't look like it's registering all that loud. I'm just not sure if maybe I might have knocked some setting or not. But yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And I think in 2 or 3 weeks, whenever we pick back up, we're supposed to be getting a few new players. So that'll be cool too. And right now it's just a party of 4, so it's looking like it's going to expand out to, it's looking like it might expand out to 6 or 7. Little low, but fine. Okay, good. Yeah, let me know. Your DM talked about things they like. Yeah, I don't mind traps so much if the trap has a purpose. Like, why is it there? Can you explain, like, the purpose of the trap, right? Does it serve a function in there? What does... Like, is the trap itself just to keep out adventurers? Because, like, that can 100% just be the entire justification for why a trap is there. And, like, yeah, it might not be all that exciting to be like, you take this damage, like, whatever. But, like, if it does if what it does is it sets off the mentality in your player of, like, this place is booby-trapped, then it's serving its purpose. Like, yeah. It's cool, like, thinking about more reasons why the trap might be there. Cave-ins, naturally occurring traps like that are totally serviceable. A trap can be a really cool, interesting kind of an encounter. It's just, try to justify why it's there. Let's see. Okay. So first level, me as a Vanguard, what I want to do is I want to have both my shields or my tower shield, and I want to be able to move around and obstruct the enemy. So let's see here. The core reaction that you want to be able to do. Okay, it doesn't need to be against the hostile, or... When a creature... Okay... Please make a quote card for the Vanguard that just says Leroy. Question, if a group triggers a trap but continues on expecting no more traps, assume there aren't, how do you put them back on edge without feeling like a DM is retroactively placing traps? What I do is, sometimes a trap is a result of the natural environment that they're in. So, like, that might be a quake. They can't predict a quake. They can't predict, like, earthquakes or cave-ins, right? So, like, naturally occurring things like that will never feel like an arbitration. I will always, before something like that happens, even if I'm like, this is a thing that needs to happen because of tension or something right now, or whatever, I just want to make the, roll for no reason, right? I will, like, roll a couple dice behind the table, and I will always, like, do that. It's like a prelude to, like, what's happening right now. That's like the fun fudging dice, right? If a trap is a result of the natural environment, then it's never going to feel like it's like an arbitration. If you negotiate it all well. Now, if a trap is like literally they're going through a dungeon and you're like, this is a dungeon, it's gonna have traps, it's whatever. I would say that like that. I don't really get the. I just never really felt the. Like, I've always felt like whenever people say that a trap is just a tax on the player's hit points, like, you must pay this many hit points to progress. I felt like that was kind of it's a little bit reductive in a way, because, like, a trap, it's an oversimplification of what that trap is really there and intended to do. Like, I've seen bad traps, right? But, like, I feel like if we think, like, if the trap is literally just, like, this happened, you take this much damage, like, it could be, there is one simple fix that I love about, doing this. And actually, like, this is the one that made me go, like, okay, I watched quite a few of, like, Dale Kingsmill's videos. This is the one that made me go, like, yep, Dale knows exactly, here we go. Yeah, this video is the one that made me go, like, yep, Dale knows everything about DM philosophy. Like, she is one of the best channels on running the game. Traps that make sense. Dale has a rule in here that I've been using, and it completely changed the way traps feel in my games. And that's that if something sets off a trap and there's a trigger, she says click. And everybody gets, like, something that they can do as, like, one real quick action. It's like, I raise up a shield, or I do XYZ thing. They get a quick thing that they can do as a reaction. And it doesn't have to be the mechanical, literally a reaction in D&D. It's just a reaction to hearing a sudden danger happen, right? So whenever that click triggers, they all get to decide on something that they can do with their turn, right? Or with this real quick action, right? You can't say this click advice? Oh, I've run it and it feels great. I personally love it. So depending on what they do with that, this little trigger thing, right? You had DMs run it and it's so awkward. I love this. I really love this idea. I've seen it in play several times, and I felt like it really made an impact on the trap. Their characters get to do a thing, right? And depending on what they do with that action or whatever it is, they might get advantage on the check, they might completely subvert the trap or whatever. But it's something that gives them a little bit more interactivity rather than just, this thing happened, you got hit with an arrow, you take 4 damage or something like that, right? So, I like this idea quite a bit, and, I've been using it in my games, and it's always felt pretty nice, so, what might be the challenge is, like, I might try to DM some people through Tomb of Horrors, just to see if the trap rule would, like, totally work out for that, because some of the traps that are in Tomb of Horrors are admittedly cheap because they had to be cheap, right? You need to see it more with a DM who loves it, because we were playing online and nobody heard the DM say click because of mic issues. Oh, well, I mean, come on, that sucks. That's a technical issue, not so much a problem levied against the idea of the mechanic. And so, like, this, seriously, go check out Dale's channel, for real. I love Monarch's Factory. Yeah. great video. You're not convinced it was applied well, but you had a bad place in my mind. I think that it's a great mechanic. I don't know. I'll see after the session that we have with Ted. Like I'm feeling a bit more down to just run some D&D online if I can get the tools and everything to make it really work out. One of the things I don't want to do with that though is like, because I've heard, yeah, click, yeah. It'd be the kind of thing that I'd love to run with maybe some other content creators, because like I've set this as a policy, and I've had Patreon members ask, you know, if it's like another content creator, I don't mind running a game for them, but like I've always felt really weird about people playing or people sponsoring me and then me running a game for sponsors. It just feels like there's something I don't like the way that would really negotiate out. I would much rather just like, you know, y'all make the content, you guys watch, and then yeah, I'll run it with some other content creators or something. Mike issue was only one example. Yeah, you know. You don't know about the trap, you kind of fall into the sick. Wow, God, man, that fish. You haven't felt it added anything to the game. It's too stressful for you. Oh yeah. Well, I do professional DMing and stuff, but only for one shots. And like I've DM'd for bachelor parties and stuff, and those are really fun. Bachelor parties, kids wanting to learn how to play the game, or like it was actually kind of interesting. I got asked by I actually got asked by my local district representative if in the House of Representatives if I'd be interested in running a game for him and his kid, because he really wanted to play D&D with his son. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, yeah, okay, I'd love to work that out. So yeah, there was a politician that actually asked me if I would run D&D for him and his kid. Yeah. So when are we getting our taunt feature level 1? You should probably be getting it very, very early, but I don't know about the like area taunt, right? Ted session was the only time you saw counter charm to be used, and it actually worked out kind of well. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, you know, and plus, I mean, Dan. It's really clear Dan knew that character sheet really well. So yes, managed to actually make counter charm kind of decent. Yeah. It's not that it's a bad feature, it's just it's not really well negotiated, like in the action economy, you know. But yeah. Okay, so Vanguard needs, so we want to do few things here. Move you over. Okay. Hang on. Or I don't know if I want to tie in ready to all this, but it's just an idea I have right now. Actual important question. My local library is asking for a DM to run for middle schoolers, and my DM buddy and I are thinking about running. Any advice for running for younger kids, things to avoid? Number 1, their characters can't die. They're number 1 rule, don't kill their characters. Number 2 rule, see what you can do to reduce down the complexity of many dice that they have at the table to like maybe some d6s, especially middle schoolers, seeing as like I taught middle schoolers. Middle schoolers want to do the fun, crazy stuff. Like they want to just, middle schoolers, if it's funny, you keep it funny. What is the funny thing that they want to do? Absolutely do that. I wouldn't give them any higher than a 3rd level character. There's just too many things that they're gonna have to. No, let me backtrack on that. I wouldn't give them any higher than a 5th level character. Beyond that, resources get to be a little bit much for what I would say middle schoolers to handle, unless they're very familiar with the game. Well, I say very familiar. They've played more than one game, right? So if it's a one-shot that you're running for middle schoolers, I would say, like, you know, see what you can do to reduce down, like, they have their D20. I've seen a version of D&D 5e where it was just, like, a D20 and a D6, right? It's just the mini sets of dice tends to, like, slow things down and kids can get bored real easy. So if they're just rolling the D6s, tends to be real quick. Yeah. It is your job as somebody that is there working with middle schoolers to be animated, and like you want to be just like you want to be yourself times 10, you know. I love middle schoolers love nothing more than if someone is telling them like, man, who are you in our play? Whatever. They love to smack it, right? So you're giving them the character to literally go up and hit a thing and not get in trouble for it, right? Middle schoolers are gonna do ridiculous stuff. They're gonna, like, if you can throw in like a little joke or meme every once in a while that they're gonna be like, ah, whatever, like I get that reference, Among Us, like, you know, whatever, yeah, then do the thing. I'm trying to think if there's a specific there was one written by, I think it was Christopher Waltz or Waltz. Where was this one? No, that's not it. Oh, was it like an ogre birthday? Yeah, an ogre and his cake. Boom. Okay. Yep. This might be a little bit young. It says heroes ages 5 and up. If you're going with like 6th graders, this is probably still great. So this is an ogre and his cake. This is over on the DM's Guild. This is a like totally family friendly, super fun little adventure. Oh, Emmett Byrne worked on this too. Okay, so yeah, Christopher Waltz and Emmett Byrne. Very, very simple little silly adventure that you can run with them, right? So big rules. Like I said, number 1, their characters can't die. You cannot kill their characters. Keep any of that stuff, like, it's got to be lighthearted, you know. All these pieces of advice I would also apply to running for friends that don't play D&D, and if you're all getting intoxicated, yeah. If I've run for a bachelor party, it's just been like, your characters aren't gonna, I don't tell them their characters aren't gonna die, but like, death is just, you're playing for funsies, right? It's a goofy ass story. You're playing to be this ridiculous, I don't know, whatever, oath of throwing it back paladin. But so yeah, you will just be animated. Props, oh man, props go so far with kids. If like, oh, do I have this somewhere? Yeah, this one might be a little bit scary for kids. Yeah. But like, you know, I got this snake, like, puppet that I used every once in a while because I thought this was really funny. Not introducing alcohol into a game, yeah. kids adore props. Anything that you can give them to like, oh yeah, this is really cool. I This isn't a prop I would recommend, but like there are cheap potion bottles that you can say like, I wouldn't even really like fill them with Gatorade or anything at like a public library. But it might be like something that you have sitting at the table that like they could see, but I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, at a public library, I wouldn't just like fill it with Kool-Aid or anything like that. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've got that like the music can be fun, but it can be kind of distracting for kids. Trying to think of what else. Bigger dice. There's like foam dice I know you can get, but yeah. So I'm trying to think of other rules around kids, but yeah, like you really just make sure you don't kill their characters. Give them potions or whatever. And what else? Hard translucent plastic and has a dice in it. Oh yeah, those are cool. Wait, is that like Critical Role merch? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I tried making some potion bottles kind of like this. The thing that bothered me, because I found the D4s for them and everything, but the thing that was always going to bother me and my players is that the numbers are on the bottom of the dice. But these are cute. These are fun. Be cool with them, try doing and playing out their ideas and cool stuff, hype them on them. Yeah. It's rare, especially if you're running in a public setting like that. It's rare that the kids are going to know each other well enough to even attempt to maybe bully or pester each other. So like, if they are, and that's the thing that you're experiencing, I think that you're probably going to have the agency to be able to like tell somebody running, hey, like, can we have a sit aside with these two, right? Depending on the kids that you're running this for, I would also say like, are you going to get 6th graders or is it like 6th, 7th, and 8th? Because there is a definite difference between a 6th grader and an 8th grader. They start getting a little bit like, whatever, I'm too cool for this in 7th grade, but like 8th grade is where I'm like, no, you all are definitely like, I feel like 8th graders will, how do I put this? Like freshmen and sophomores might have a mouth on them, like you might hear them cuss every once in a while, but 8th graders kind of just don't really care. Like they don't care about getting in trouble with it. Like, yeah, players smiles or whatever. Nothing makes me happier than like, whenever we were in a lesson or something in class and like the 6th graders like really latch on and then they're like, yeah, I want to play this guitar or something, like, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, awesome. We had a breakthrough. Like, that's great. Actually, like, man, even my 8th graders, like, there was a great discussion I had with one of them, who I really started to click with towards the end of the year. Unfortunately, it clicked late because I guess this 8th grader didn't realize that, like, hey, Mr. Pounds is 32, not a 70-year-old teacher. So, like, once he found out that, I think I had gone on my lunch break and I was throwing something away. And whenever he came back in, I was listening to Kendrick Lamar's new album. And he had heard that, and he was like, oh, man, wait, what? Like, you listen to Kendrick? And I was like, yeah. So he came in, and we talked about Kendrick Lamar for, like, the first 15 minutes of class, just about the new album and everything. And he tried to get me into, like, Young Thug or something. And I was like, dude, I just, mumble rap is not for me, man. Like, 80 years old, yeah. He tried to get me into Young Thug, and I was like, it's just not for me. But I showed him Ace of Rock, and he was like, oh wait, what? And so that felt like I made a difference today. But yeah, how do you do, fellow kids? Oh man. Yeah, but an elf. Yeah, like, what, and those are, yeah, I'm into old thug, yeah, bone thugs. Like, that's one of the advantages of being a younger teacher is, like, kids are always going to find you a lot more relatable. And that's also, like, a really big, important moment to have, is, like, or it's an important relationship to have because, like, if you find out about certain things that are happening, maybe about an older teacher, like, they're more willing to talk about, maybe issues they're having with another teacher, or, like, maybe even issues at home, with a teacher that they feel is relatable, rather than somebody who, like, they're their grouchy science teacher, right? There were quite a few times that, like, kids would tell me something that I'm like, we should, this is the kind of thing we should probably involve your parents in, and that's an advantage that I got, that, like, this kid was probably too scared to tell their mom or dad about something, and I was like, no, I'm looking out for you. I don't think your parents are going to be mad. It's just, like, we should probably go have a talk with them, right? I'm not mad at you, whatever. And that made, like, a huge difference. And I just don't see, I don't see teachers that are, like, over the age of, like, oh, no, that's not right to say. The relatability is the kind of thing that I don't see many older teachers having with their students. And I wish that I could say this didn't just feel like an age thing. There's only been, all the time that I've been either in school or, like, teaching, there's only been 2 older teachers that I could point to that I was like, dude gets it. Like, this guy knows how to click with kids like this. I would say, oh man, Coach Riley over at Kasha, great dude. I have never seen anybody click with his students quite like him. One of my biggest regrets about not staying at that school is that I will not get to learn from that guy. He was an awesome mentor. Be out there. Hey, thanks so much for this last year. Yeah, there's a connection of, like, whenever you're a younger teacher, they don't really see you so much as a parent figure. They see you a bit more as, like, an older brother or sister, right? So, like, oh yeah, but I mean, in the arts are a different thing too as well. That's another advantage that you have in the arts. Your drama teacher click with everyone. In the arts, it's where kids are feeling a lot more comfortable about, like, expressing themselves or doing whatever, and having that relatability, especially in the arts, where you're telling kids, like, it's okay to be, vulnerable. It's okay to tell people that, like, I feel sad right now. Those are, like, huge moments. And then if they have if they feel the need to come up and talk to you about, like, here's what's going on, I don't really feel safe around XYZ or whatever, that's big. The whole reason that kid will be made more safe now is because you took the steps to build up a relationship, and that kid felt comfortable enough to tell you about a situation that's going on, right? Yeah, those are huge moments as a teacher. And, even if there's nothing wrong at all, that could just be them getting more involved into the field that you teach, So, yes, those teachable moments are awesome. And I recognize with that one kid, I was like, we can sit here and do the lesson I have prepped, but I think I'm going to make a bigger impact in your life if you and I have a talk about, like, what we're listening to right now, like what records we're listening to, right? But yeah, it's finding that relatability and figuring out how to bridge those gaps where some kid that's just not interested at being at school, us in the arts and in sports are the retention arm of school. There are plenty of kids that may come to school and hate being there, but if you're the reason that they don't absolutely hate being at school, congratulations, you're keeping that kid in school. Like, that's why the fine arts and sports are actually really important. I will not dog, like, if some kid is having some issues, but like the reason why they want to hang out at school is because they're going to football or whatever, and the reason they get their grades up is because of football or whatever. Yeah, like, cool. Football is making a difference in that kid's life. It should be, you know. So yeah. Wait, what? I had an old history teacher that was Indiana Jones and had a jungle adventure where he was almost trapped for 1 year in a flooded area and almost married the village chief's daughter by accident. What? Did you two happen to know the same teacher? I take a look at this series on the Magnificent Mythologies. I'll give it a cursory skim, I guess. Pass after you graduated, says, yeah, and whenever you have that teacher that really makes a huge difference in your life, and then you find out later on that, you know, man, that's rough. That can almost feel like you got a parent that just died, you know. Fortunately, I can't think of a single teacher that I really remember that's passed away. I think I've been pretty lucky on that. I'm trying to think of like who. No. Wow. Still there, huh? I had multiple teachers whenever I went to Vertigris that were like, I mean, they were like in their 70s back there whenever I was there. Still alive. Good on them. I don't want to like try not to give out any personal info here. Yeah, okay, I was just doing a quick like, that warms my heart to see so many of my teachers are still there at Vertigris. Wow. Wait. Don't tell me. Is he gone? Oh. Sorry, the principal who made my life hell, I think he may be gone from there. Wait. Oh. No shot. Wow. Yeah, I had great teachers there. I had a real bad principal. That same principal wound up getting in trouble for like, oh god, I don't know. That sounds like, I don't want to. Yeah, I think that might be in bad taste to talk about that, but no, that principal tried to get me to pay for like $20,000 worth of yearbooks that went out because of my senior prank. Tried to say that I needed to pay that back, like that I was the one that sabotaged it, and therein, like, yeah, whatever. What I did was, like, in my senior memories, I hated this dude. He did everything he could. He didn't like the fact that, like, I mean, hey, I was a scene kid back in high school, all right? Like, I had, you know, the whole emo hairdo and yada yada yada, whatever. And I was so I made All-State on guitar, and one of the reasons that, like, this is one of the reasons why he didn't like me in particular was because I was bringing prestige to the school as somebody that wasn't like in sports. This just bothered him a lot. He wanted that school to be known for sports, right? And like it wasn't clicking. Verdigris was just never really known for sports. And I mean, I have no issues whatsoever with people going into sports or anything like that. Oh, Taron was emo. So like, he just tried to keep looking at, he tried to keep looking for reasons to get me in trouble. Yeah, he was my Snape, yeah. And I mean, it's not that I was like a complete angel or anything like that, but I wasn't a bad kid by any stretch. It was just that he knew that like, if I got in trouble, it was one less all-stater that they had that was able to go to like all these competitions and bring all these awards or whatever, right? Like, I'll say that like, of all the trophies and stuff that are in the Verdigris band room, I had a hand in like over 30 of them. So, whatever. But yeah, my senior year, I'd finally gotten sick of his bullying. It's what he was doing. He was a bully of a principal. And I was working on the yearbook. And, so I started putting random stuff in my senior memories because, I started putting random stuff in my senior memories because I wanted to arrange the capital letters to where if you looked at the capital letters, like, let's say like, coffee, operation, federal, fun, ego, entertaining. All right, so COFFE, right? So it spells out coffee right here. What I did in my senior memories was I arranged it to where if you look at nothing but the capital letters in certain rows, it spells out fuck you and then this guy's first name. So that was my senior prank because they never played one. A year goes by and I come back to Verdigris because I had gotten, they had asked me to come in and help out with their new guitarist. And I come back. I've been at college now for a year. This guy finds out that I'm on campus and calls me into his office with another teacher who I had no idea who this teacher was. And they just get on my case. Here I am at 19 years old, sitting in my old principal's office. And he's like chewing me out about like, oh, I just think you're a jerk and whatever. And I was like, look, man, like for everything you did to me, nah, I don't feel bad about this whatsoever. And he wanted me to write, here's what he told me. He wanted me to write a letter of apology that would be published in the next year's yearbook and to pay off, basically pay the school for the yearbooks that went out the year before. Like, I'm just like, the balls you got on you to try and get a college kid to pay $20,000 worth of what? Like, he wasn't, yeah. But, so what I did immediately, one of my buddies, his family's all attorneys. And I mean, more than just attorneys, they are like federal attorneys, army lawyer types. I made a call to, yeah, yeah. Oh no, he told me like I'm not allowed back on campus or anything like that. But I have since been asked to come back several times to help out with other situations, and he's been told to lay off of me by the school board from what I was told. So because he actually wanted to press charges against me, but from what I was told, the school board said, you realize if you try to go and sue one of the former students here because you got your ego hurt. Yeah, because you got your ego hurt, you know how bad that's going to look on you and this entire school district? Not happening. This guy wound up getting in trouble for some other stuff that was way pretty dark. But yeah, so this guy was a real piece of shit. And I mean, since then, I've been allowed back on campus because it was pretty clear this guy was just power hungry and had something out for me. I don't know. He tried to make me spend like 3 weeks in school suspension for one of my. I said here for one of my buddies that wasn't there. And what was it? No, we were in. Okay, now I remember. I had gotten put in detention during lunch because I was sitting at a table where one of the guys at the table threw some food across the cafeteria, and I got in trouble because I was sitting near him. So they made me go to like lunch detention, and I was just like, whatever. And I signed my name, and then I put I don't think I put somebody else. No, I think I put a fake name in there as well, just because I was like, I don't know, I'm a dumb, like, 18, 17-year-old, whatever. And they tried to give me in-school suspension for 3 weeks over that. Like, oh my god, whatever, get out. Yeah, it was insane. My mom actually had it out with the principal a time or two over the way that he was picking on me. And good god, just me getting that in at the very last, I was like, nah, man. You sit on that. You had a kid that hated you this much during my time here. I did that. Yeah. Nah, eat it. Like, oh god, this guy was such a creep. But yeah, that's always been a that was how I my school tried to, well, I say my school, my principal, I guess, threatened to sue me for like 20 grand. Why was the principal like that? He didn't like the fact that I was in band and I was bringing success into the school for an art and not a sport. Like, this guy was an old coach, and it was real clear, like real clear, he didn't like the success that the arts were bringing to the school, because he was having trouble justifying diverting funds away from the arts to spend on sports. Like, oh god, this guy was such a piece of shit. Disney Channel, yeah, yeah, it's a Hallmark Channel drama right there. This is vaguely homophobic. I mean, I'm straight. Like, yeah, I know he, the fact that, like, it was very, okay, I don't know, I wouldn't go so far as to say homophobic. I would say, like, very toxic masculinity, you know? Because I'm not, like, I'm just not your, like, athlete guy, you know? Sports just, if it had been boxing or something, I might have, like, you know, gotten into it, but, like, I can't stand football. I'm sure this might, like, you know, send football fans on my channel away. Football bores the shit out of me. Football bores me to tears. I do not have the attention span to watch baseball, but, like, no, I didn't have long hair and makeup, no. I might be able to, hang on. Is there a picture of me in high school? Oh no, we're getting Taron lore now. Hang on. Do I have a picture of me from high school over on, like, Facebook? Oh god. They're all so old. College. Here's some senior pics. And just so you guys know that I had 2 eyes at one point. Oh, why is that so tiny? Here. Why are these all like 3 pixels wide? I guess these are like all old phone pictures. And those are my senior pictures. I mean, you kind of get the gist of what I, like, how I dressed and stuff back in high school. Okay, yeah, and this was Allstate. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, this is me in Allstate. Like, this is what I looked like, you know? Pictures of Chad Taron, yeah. This is what I looked like in dress. Well, I'm here at a band competition right now, right? These guys, actually, Mason, this guy, Mason Drum, He's doing animation for Mondo Entertainment now. I want to say he does like stop motion animation now. This guy Cody went to Berkeley. Yeah, I mean these were like my like best friends in high school. But yeah, this is me at Allstate Jazz, and so the hair you can tell, scene kid. You know, I'm wearing big baggy pants here. And this or him? No, that's not a Beatles cut. Cody was real into pop punk, and you know, he actually, if I'm remembering right, he did tech work for Reverend Horton Heat and Blink 182. He actually like helped out Mark Hoppus on tour. Yeah, okay, this is a more front facing. Oh man. Here was us at the Addison State Jazz Festival. That's what my hair looked like, you know. Yeah. Yeah, his name was Drum. Yep. Yep, Mason Drumm. He works for he's got a YouTube channel and everything. With actually more subs than I do. Let me see here. That's not it. He did like an Iron Giant Christmas cartoon or something. Yeah. Yep, this is Mason. He did this really cool Iron Giant stop motion thing for Mondo Entertainment. That looks sick cool hair, by the way. Thanks. Just so you guys knew, like, basically where I'm coming from whenever I say, like, that teacher and all that. Yeah. Yep, Mason Drum right there. Yeah, I'm really proud of him. Yeah, he went to school for music and then, like, really got into animation while he was there. And now he does stop motion. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Because I remember he used to watch Iron Giant. We would always go to like competitions or whatever, and Iron Giant and like Jurassic Park were two of the movies he would always watch. And yeah, no, he's good. He's really good. His YouTube channel. This is Instagram. It's not the drums. Where is it? Is it making things with cameras? Yeah. This is his. Yeah. Making Hyrule? Wait, what? My dude, what? Yeah, Mason Drum. What? Dude, what? You made a topographical map of Hyrule? Yeah, there's Mason. Oh man. So, yeah, Mason, dude, really good guy. He's a sick drummer. He made Allstate. I made Allstate 2 years. He made it 3. Well, Cody made it. Cody actually, if I remember right, Cody made it 3, and then he made it as an alternate 4. If I remember, it's been so long. But yeah, it's just like, of all of us, I mean, I thought that Mason was amongst like our group. I was so sure Mason was going to go completely pro. Just absolutely sick drummer. And yeah, he went to college and got into animation instead, and that's what he's doing now. I guess we all kind of go our, like, you know, music got us into college, but there's not too many of us that are still really like doing the music thing. Mostly because there's just like the job pool is super limited. The like, you either be a teacher or you go play pro somewhere, right? Like, you can do the independent composer kind of a thing, which, like, actually my buddy Aaron Morton does right now. He does film scoring. But like, as a musician, like, I got offers to go play on cruise ships and stuff after college, But like by the time that I graduated, it was like, I've got a girlfriend, I've got a dog, I've got a house here that like, you really want me to go away for 6 months and play on a cruise ship? Like, it's not really feasible, you know? Not to brag, but you earned a few cheerleading trophies in your day. Man, like, oh god, it's so weird, like, growing up with a passion for something like music or, you know, art or whatever, and then you find out, like, in your late 20s, it's like, there's another career path that just kind of called to me, maybe, you know? I still do the, like, you know, professional go out and play gigs and stuff and whatnot, but, like, with the way that the world is right now and the fact that teachers are so underpaid, I have no reason to really want to stay in the school right now. Banner Saga? No, this is from Elden Ring. Now, this is Regal Ancestor Spirit. The dopest track off of the entire Elden Ring soundtrack. This is your favorite tangent? All sparked by wanting to DM for kids. You love this channel. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, man. This should be... Doesn't need to be a melee weapon attack. He went into designing a class and dang, it's hard. It is hard. It gets easier, but it is hard. It's also hard to... You have to learn, like, what makes a class feel right for the game, right? Like, and this goes beyond people saying, like, oh, well, why is it not just a fighter subclass or whatever? It goes beyond that into, like, what does a class need to give you within 3 levels, or really within its first level, to justify its existence, right? What class am I designing right now? I'm kind of working on my Vanguard. Every once in a while, if I have an idea, I come back to it. But we're hanging, drinking coffee. It is Monday afternoon. We're just sort of chilling, you know. But if I have some ideas, I'm kind of getting out, like, something that might sound necessary. I plug it in over here, and yeah. Yeah, gladly I am going to play as this class in a text game, so maybe you'll get how it's playing. Gotcha. And you can change it while playing. Playing super competitive music colleges in sophomore of high school. Well, I mean, like, okay, don't move as a kid, but like, I think most of us as adults are like, okay, look, stupid thing you do is like a sophomore, you know, like, that it's dumb. That is a very, very dumb thing. But at least it's not like a 30-year-old politician out there doing it, you know? Like, trust me, kids have said some straight up, like, there have been plenty of times that I had students that said something that I was like, you are so lucky you're a kid saying that and not an adult with a platform of any kind. I mean, there are plenty of times there are plenty of times that kids said something in class that I was like, if I didn't know you better, it would 100% be a thing that you just said that could get you expelled. But I know you good enough to have the judgment that you did not understand. Either you didn't understand what you said, or you're trying to be edgy or something. And like, I could be like, you know what, I could ruin your life for this next year, or you operate under the best behavior for the rest of this year with me, right? Know that like I pulled this punch because I do not want to see your life ruined over you saying something real dumb, trying to be edgy or whatever with your friends. Like, yeah. Yeah, social media has changed the kinds of mistakes kids make or avoid. Yeah, like they I don't know, like I don't think I was really edgy in high school. I think that like I was more so just like I was cynical. I grew up in an area like Verdigris is like very, very red, very, very Christian, right? And me in high school, it was like I just didn't care. Like I just people were like, oh, you need to come to church with us or you're gonna go to hell, and I'm like, I don't really care. Like that's the way I was in high school. And like it was almost like I just went to like youth group or whatever with these kids because it was like, yeah, that's the thing that you do to socialize, you know? Pretty sure still like not a lot of super bad takes and it wasn't harmful. Like okay, this tells you how long ago I was in high school. I was a junior. Wow. Yeah. I was a junior in high school whenever Two Girls One Cup came out. Like that yeah, I was 17 whenever that video came out. And that was like we saw like the shock stuff, right? But it was like we were having LAN parties on the weekend playing Halo. Like I was a good kid. I think even my mom would say, I bet, you know what? Hang on. This would be funny.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, not a whole lot. Real quick, you're on live stream.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, was I a bad kid back in high school? No. Like, come on. You can you really say I was a bad kid in high school?
No, you weren't a bad kid. You were mischievous.
Okay.
You never set out to hurt anybody.
Right. Now, back whenever I was in high school, let me just say, let me give you a name, and I just want to get your reaction to the name, okay?
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me actually mute the microphone.
Can I curse?
Yeah, hang on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say the name here in a second, and I just want to get your reaction, all right?
Okay. Asshole. Am I right?
I mean, yeah, because I was telling Chad about like me in high school, so yeah.
Oh my god, no, asshole.
Okay. All right, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, see you later.
Alright, bye.
See, I was a good kid. But yeah, just it was like I was looking because like I was more so inspired by like Jackass, right? Like I grew up on like Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, and Steve-O, all those guys. So it was like we thought it was funny to just do stupid stuff. There was like, I mean, Taron mom sounds great. She I don't even know about trolling really. No, I did like we just did stupid stuff. Like I think the dumbest thing, like you were bad in a cool way. The dumbest thing that we ever did, I think, yeah, It was me and my buddy Corey. I won't say last names or anything because yeah, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But like, so we were driving in Claremore, and we find a big ass bat. Wait. Oh yeah, no. Hey mom. My mom's in chat. Oh my god, that's too funny. Yeah, so we were driving around in Claremore, and we find a we didn't hit it, but there was a dead badger. And we were just, you know, we were dumb 17-year-olds, and we we took this badger and put it on Corey's windshield and just drove around like with the dead badger on the windshield, and we thought it was funny. Yeah. Now mom's in chat. That's so wow. If you would have to define your younger self by a D&D class, what would it be? I'd say, I mean, it'd be a bard rogue multi-class, I want to say. It was a big dead badger. Yeah, it was. I don't even know what kind of like badgers are local here. We have a badger season here in Oklahoma. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's like, yeah, it was something like this. Yeah, just a big old badger. Should that just be like the new channel avatar? I'll just make it the channel banner for like a week and see if anybody says anything. But yeah, we didn't hit it or anything. We found it, you know, found it on the road. It was just that kind of stupid stuff, right? Like, we were never like malicious to anybody or anything. Like the most aggressive sort of. Wait, really? They're super aggressive? I mean, I guess I never really like actually saw a live one. As weird as that might sound, in Vertigress, the bigger problem were snakes. Like, because the river was so close, you'd have to deal with like water moccasins, and I mean, we saw the there was the bat. No, I already talked about the yearbook. Yeah, yeah. No, I already talked about the yearbook, Mom. Yeah, because that was kind of what got in on all this. By the way, I found I showed them Mason Drum's YouTube channel now, where he's doing animation. Expertise, music, and vicious mockery. Yeah. You know, we were. Oh God, the snake in the fireplace! I forgot about that. Yeah. I was home from college. Like, I was home from college for a weekend, and Mom and I were watching something in the living room, and like, it was, you know, it was dark, and I was laid back on the couch, and I remember seeing like the shadow of like a tail or like a head that poked out from like a slot in the fireplace. And just knowing the kind of snakes that we had out there, water moccasins, oh no, if one of those is in your house, with how far Vertigress is away from like any hospital that can really handle you, you're not gonna do so hot. Water moccasins are they like the deadliest snakes in Oklahoma? I mean, I know that we have rattlesnakes here too, but like water moccasins I think are deadlier, right? Gah. Yeah, they call them cottonmouths too. So these, god dang, they are mean. They are mean. They will hunt you down if you are in the water anywhere near them. They are mean. Are rattlesnakes more deadly? Okay. Like, these things are, if you are like in the river and one is within like 40 feet of you, while you're like floating down the river or anything like that, these things will come at your canoe or your raft or whatever. These are some of the meanest snakes out there. And everyone's like, snakes are just defensive or whatever. No, these are ones that will hunt you down. My favorite story actually about like this, we were out on the lake, or no, out on the river, out in Tahlequah with a fraternity brother of mine, Blake. He's actually my big brother in the fraternity. And there's another one of the fraternity brothers, Thomas, who went to go pee while we were like out just, kind of sitting on an embankment. And Thomas just goes, "Oh, snake!" Like, just, he's slinging pee everywhere, trying to run back. Blake goes over. Okay, Blake is 6'4", if I remember right. And at the time weighed like 250, but not like, he wasn't like fat heavy. He was big muscle heavy. And he didn't have any shoes on, goes over, sees this water moccasin, steps on it barefoot, steps on its head barefoot, grabbed its tail, and just pulled up and like ripped the thing's head off barefoot, and just takes the snake and throws it away in a trash bin. I was like, all right, that is the most metal thing I think I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm good to go home now, guys. Let's get this trip wrapped up. Like, yeah, water moccasins are like, the bad thing is like, if you are, if you're out floating on the river, like, I'm not saying like you need to go hunt down snakes or anything like that. But if you're out there on the river and like you're in a raft or a boat or whatever, and a water moccasin starts coming at you, you have to kill it. You have to kill it. Like, you have to get that thing away from you, because it'll wind up biting you or somebody. They are very, very dangerous snakes. But yeah. Thanks for coming by, Mom. Oh man, love you. Oh man, it's terrifyingly hilarious. Yeah, Blake, I think he's still living out there now, but yeah, we, man, just living out in Oklahoma is like, there's some parts to it that are charming. It's not, and it's so hard to say that it's not like a bad place to live. Like, I grew up fine. Yeah, I grew up, everything's all good, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm ready to get out. I really want to move to Colorado, like, so bad. Oh my god. It's your first stream here? Well, welcome to whatever the fuck I call this. Oh man. Oh god, where we do D&D stuff and then talk about whatever the hell. God. But yeah. Jeez, what are we at? 3 hours, 56 minutes? What's going on? I know I'm supposed to be getting artwork back from Maxwell, like, any day now. And as soon as I get the artwork back, everything's going up on stream. Or, up on stream. Everything's going up on the DMs Guild. And I think what I want to do now. Yeah, this is a regular thing. This is 100% a regular thing. Anybody? Ooh. I need to do some other things. I need to do some other things tonight, kind of get ready. But what I want to do, see, there's 23 of you guys here. I want to do, you guys might be super into this. Steely Sam over on his channel is doing Call of Cthulhu, like, teaching you how to play it. Even if you're not super interested, I'm gonna send you guys over his way and probably wrap up and kind of get some stuff like pre-print ready for the Alchemist. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll be in the Discord if you guys want to talk, whatever. But go over, go say hey to Sam. What's that? Boom. Go say hey to Sam, see what's up. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for me on this one. So you guys have a good night. I will probably be streaming again later on this week. I need to finish up the consultation stream. So yeah, thank you to all my Patreon sponsors. Thank you to everybody that donated tonight or signed up for channel memberships or whatever. Like, thank you guys. We're getting closer and closer to making full-time a real thing. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, listening to all the weird shit I did in high school and all that. But anyways, I'm going to kick you guys over to Steely Sam's channel where he's doing Call of Cthulhu. It's not like an actual play there. He's trying to go through the rules. So yeah, just go say hey, say you came from me. But anyways, guys, have a great night. I will see you all